that shit, bro. They want us to be divided.
Yeah.
Really? They really, really do. Well, you think it's like an elite thing?
I feel like it's a good tactic. Like it's just a smart tactic if you're talking about control.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
You think we're trying to be controlled?
For sure.
I don't think we have any idea with being controlled, low key.
Really?
For sure, bro.
I feel like just vantage points. You know what I'm saying? They got the high ground. So
Who though?
I wish I knew.
Bro, it's just like them, bro. I be
them.
saying
Yeah.
the same shit. I be saying the same shit, and my friends are like, "Who?" And it's like, bro, it's them. Like, it's just people. It's just rich people that like want
thems.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh yeah, they're up there too.
It's just
Them
rich
too.
people that want power, though.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Playing the power game.
I don't know, bro. The people on Epstein's island, bro. Them.
Oh, them.
Like,
Thems.
Facts,
Yeah.
The ones that are wanting like all the power in the world.
Yeah.
Funny you brought that up. I actually brought the flight list. I'm just like,
No way.
But y'all see
Nah.
that shit with bro, what's his name? Stephen Hawking was on the flight
Yes,
list.
sir.
Yeah, like, bro, what?
That shit's hard.
Bro, what were you doing? Like, how do you
Shout
do
out
that?
Stephen Hawk.
Yeah, going crazy, crazy in the field.
Yes, sir. Now we're gonna need Tony Hawk on there,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's somewhere on the list, man. He's too fucking popular.
bro. He's got to be on the list.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk,
That's the first person I thought would be on the list. actually.
bro. I thought that the first guy that I thought was gonna be on the list was definitely the dude from Blue's Clues.
Oh yeah, he's a weird. Yeah, the original or like
The OG Steve, bro.
Yeah, he loves kids. Yeah.
He definitely loves kids,
Yeah.
for sure,
Fire,
on
good
a
for
sexual
him.
level.
Like, yeah, it's like a lot of tension there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
He's
Yeah,
always
most
looking for
definitely.
something. Yeah, no.
No, not him.
Hopefully.
It's definitely not him, but maybe him.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Honestly, in Hollywood, you can't have you can't like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
give
the
anybody-
typical suspects.
Yeah, and you
It's
can't
got to
give
be
nobody the
somebody
benefit
else.
of the doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, who in Hollywood, like, if they were weird and it came out, you'd be like, no.
Fucking Denzel Washington.
Oh,
Denzel Washington?
that's a good
Yeah, or
one.
Morgan Freeman. I'd be like, bro, what?
Bro, I was
No
thinking,
way.
like, just because we were talking about him earlier, I was thinking Nardwar, bro. Like, imagine Nardwar's just, like, a
Oh,
fucking weirdo.
shit. No, Nardwar can never fold.
Yeah, for real. Like,
He's too certified. He's
Yeah.
goated.
You think so? You fuck with Nardwar? You ready for a Nardwar interview?
Bro, I lived my entire life as an artist trying to get an Nardwar interview.
Really?
Yeah, I can't wait, bro, because I don't know what he's
Bro.
gonna find. Because he'll probably tell me something I don't know about my own family. I'm like, oh shit, how the
No
fuck?
way.
yeah.
Bro, I fuck with Nardwar.
He's
Most
goated.
definitely. Who do you think is the best interviewer? Do you watch interviews?
Honestly, low key, it's this guy. What is he on? It's this place called Wholehearted Entertainment.
Oh.
Carson, dude's
Yeah,
goated,
yeah.
bro. Great interviewer.
Wow, bro. I've
Yeah.
heard of him.
Yeah, dude's goated.
Yeah.
You should probably get in contact with him. Try to see if you can set something up.
Holy shit. Yeah, I think that I want to interview.
Close second though is probably Nardwar. That dude's goated.
I
Yeah.
feel
think
like
he's the only person-
Zane Lowe.
Oh, yeah?
Good
Who's
ass
that?
interview.
I don't know who that
Apple Music.
is.
He's the Apple Music guy.
Zane
Really?
Lowe.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
Spotify.
He's like
bro.
bald.
Can't relate.
Well, no,
Really?
like he just he does
Sorry.
like interviews on YouTube and shit. But
Oh, lit.
yeah, like he's
Oh, so you think that he's just the best interviewer, period?
yeah, like he's really
Hey,
good.
Be careful about that.
Whoa.
I got you.
He's like
Yeah.
actually a step off the show.
Not lit though.
Damn.
Zane Lowe.
Y'all, like, whenever it comes to music and shit, I think, like, I really think of Vlad.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
Vlad TV.
Yeah, the cop.
And then I think, you said what?
Huh?
No, you're thinking of Adam 22.
Ooh, another
Oh
one
yeah,
is
no, Vlad is a fed too. What the fuck? What the fuck? You know how many people
Really?
go on that page just to incriminate themselves? Yeah.
Really?
Bro, have y'all seen Soft White Underbelly?
I heard
No.
about that one too. Yeah.
What is that? A
He's
type of
really good.
lizard?
no, it's a YouTube channel where it's this guy and he'll take like all types of people from different walks of life, but he started out like interviewing people on Skid Row.
Yeah.
He would
Yeah.
just like interview them about like their lives and like to get people aware of like this is how some people live. Like
It's crazy as
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
But he started out as a photographer, and so he would like take their picture 1st,
Uh-huh.
and then he would interview them after he took their picture. And
Yeah, he's crazy. It's like he kind of like shows literally the stuff like underbelly, everything. It's like, this
Yeah.
is how it really is.
Really? So you know who he's talking about?
Hell yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I have no idea who you're talking about. I feel like
I feel
probably
like you would really
if I
like
seen some of
interview a
his
lot
shit,
of
I probably
addicts.
would know.
you would really like it. Yeah,
He's like interview a lot of addicts and things like that.
yeah,
Kinda
addicts,
show,
but also like famous psychologists,
yeah,
famous a lot of criminals,
Mhm.
Mm.
people that have like gotten out of bad situations. Just like interesting people, I feel like.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson does really good interviews.
Yeah,
Jordan
yeah,
Peterson
yeah.
is a GOAT.
Yeah, he
Like,
does very good interviews.
That's one person I want to talk. I want to talk to him like not on camera though. Like, I just
Really?
wanna just have
Right.
like an actual meaningful conversation. I feel like he's one of the most genuine people on the planet.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think that he really is. Jordan Peterson. You fuck with Jordan Peterson
Hell
heavy?
yeah, he's goated, bro. Like Jordan
Yeah.
Peterson's one of those like he's one of the few famous people that I have hope for. Like I don't have the question, you know.
Really?
He
Yeah.
be getting a lot of hate, bro.
He be getting so much hate.
You know,
But he's
he knows
he's
that.
another famous person that's like, bro, you're hating him because someone told you this is what he said. You
Yeah.
haven't actually listened to what he had to say. He
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
is like for a lot of the people that hate him.
Yeah, exactly. That's
He
what I'm
really
saying.
You
is.
just don't know what he's talking
He's a
about.
good person. He's genuine. You know what I'm saying? And he has facts to back up everything he says.
He really, really does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not that many people out there like that, and there's a lot of people like you was saying, like they really will base what other people are saying just to make it come up with a conclusion of somebody, and
Yeah.
they won't do their own research and try to come to their own conclusion.
Yeah, bro, because it's like you'll be scrolling TikTok. People just want to, like, people are so black and white that they'll be like, they'll scroll in their feed. Someone that they like will be like, this is the bad guy. We don't like him. And they'll be like, oh,
Exactly.
he's the bad guy.
Bro, I talk about that
Exactly.
shit all the time on the podcast. How people
Really?
all the time do that shit.
That's how they
All
rigged
the
the fucking
time.
the Donald Trump Biden election.
Yeah,
Shit. That's
Yeah.
that's before
exactly.
That's before they fucking figured out about all the bot accounts in the comments.
Yeah,
From like all these other companies and things like that had like investments into the election.
yeah.
So like they'll use public opinion against the sheep.
They definitely will.
100%.
Every single time.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad though that people like allow themselves to be that manipulated without doing their own research.
Exactly, and there's so much propaganda because of it too. Because people will really just believe anything.
And I went to school for marketing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I learned a lot, but the one thing I did learn is that like you can really shape someone's entire viewpoint on the world just by like how you display something.
You might need to get your mic a little closer.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Was it
Are we
low?
recording? Are we recording?
Yeah.
Oh,
Was it low?
We didn't do like official
It's
like
okay.
start, so I was like,
No, hey Seth. Before you sit down, will you grab me that coffee over there? Here, you want me to hold that for you? Thank you very much, brother.
Yeah, I got me some too. I'm gonna cool down a little.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say lights, camera, action.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, there you go.
Boom. Lights, camera, action, Casamigos, and coffee. Lit.
I got the,
Hell yeah.
there's a couple bottles over here, so if you want anything, you just grab it because it's almost empty anyway. So
I get shit faced like.
Oh, for real?
No, imagine.
nah, bro, you're good.
I feel stupid bloated right now.
It's like,
So like every time that I'm like looking at the TV or some shit, I feel like my stomach's like
Y'all got a gym out here?
a gym in here.
Like out here, just in this area. And all
Yeah,
that?
it's right around this area.
Oh, this is what you
I
do
just
it.
drop on the floor and then push my weight up
Facts.
off of the
Bust out
ground
like
Push your
100
weight up until the
push-ups.
weight disappears.
until the weight disappears.
Yeah, I started back working
Yeah.
out literally this morning. Let's see how long I can.
Really, literally
I've
this
been-
morning.
This morning.
What about you?
I've been working out on and off since I was young because my dad's actually a personal trainer.
Oh,
So,
really?
He got me into that, and so
Wow, this
But,
guy's been ripped.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's always been like on and off, and not really like knowing what I'm doing. But like I'd say 3 months ago, I really locked in and decided like I'm gonna really do this. I think it was like a New Year's thing.
Yeah.
but I've been sticking with it. I'm still like. Because I usually go like a month on and then I'll like fizzle out and then kind of like stop and then I'll gain the weight back. But like I've really been like really consistent, and it's just a beautiful thing to watch your body grow, man. And it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's really that consistency thing for me. Because I remember
Yeah.
I ran track for like 9 years straight. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like finally not having to work out. It's like, fuck, that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? And I get used to it. So like
And you was working out every single day.
every
wasn't
single
you?
day. Every
yeah,
single day.
for
everything-
practice and shit.
100%. Yeah. Throughout the
Damn.
summer, everything was just a straight workout. Every day, that's what my mentality was.
Yeah, straight
So-
workout every single day.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Just trying
Fuck
to become
that.
faster, trying to jump further. But
Yeah.
yeah, so now I'm just kind of
Like cardio. Do a fuck ton of cardio, didn't you? Fuck cardio, bro. Bro, from
Trying to
everything
end
that
it,
I
bro.
understand, like you don't even need to do cardio really, except for your of course your cardiovascular.
yeah, but other than that, like,
So
It's
other
just,
than
it's
that,
just good for you,
for
man.
real.
It's just good for you, and like Bro, just being healthy in general, man. Like eating healthy, it's all hard. It's all hard.
Yeah, that's like 80% of it.
But like once you do it for a little bit, you realize like, yo, like you start to see the benefits, man. Like I used to not be able to realize this, but now like whenever I eat unhealthy, like I can like feel myself getting like bloated or like in my, especially in your face. Like you can feel the difference if you've been doing it for a certain amount of time. Like staying hydrated, eating
for
healthy.
Sure.
It's just a better way to live, man. Like
you feel better too. Like and like mental clarity too.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Because think about it, it's mind, body, soul. They're all connected, and every one is like a different thing that you need to work on. And when they're all aligned, that's like
a chakras,
perfect life. Yeah, in a way,
One thing I think is really cool too is like we're all young, we're like all in our 20s. And like as men, we're in our physical prime, so our potential physical prime. Like, and it's cool to be able to see what you can achieve while you're in your physical prime.
Yeah,
and because you won't really be able to go back and do that when you're 60 or 70.
For sure.
So, and there was like even a quote. I don't know if it was Socrates or somebody, but he was talking about how it would be a shame for you to go through your 20s and not try and see what the pinnacle of your physical body is capable of, because. Yeah. I mean,
I've heard that.
Like even evolutionary, since like we were built to move and stuff like that. Yeah. So it was.
And there's like a peak time for you to get like as muscular and physically fit as you can. So it's like, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah,
why wouldn't you want to see?
You only got one
do?
shot.
The only problem is I feel like there's such thing as too fucking strong.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Like there are peaks there aren't supposed
like
to be.
roided out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
not good.
Like when you need chemicals to get farther, it's like.
Bro,
I don't think that's not for me personally. I don't know.
Like doing meth.
That's like cyborg type shit.
Like 7 ounces of fent.
Hey, listen. That's the second bit. Hey, listen. Nah, facts. What's in the cup right here, bro?
Fentanyl.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes, sir. That's all I drink.
Just straight fent.
Yeah.
Do you water it down? There's no chasing?
Nah, bro. There's no water in here. It's like straight. It's 100% liquid fent, bro.
I see.
Your tolerance is super fucking high. Yeah, that's most. I can smell the fumes coming off of that liquid fent.
I can vouch for him.
Exactly.
You vouch for him?
Exactly.
Yeah. He does it every morning.
You actually think that I'm kidding, but this is actually 100% real fent.
Cool. How does that make you feel on the inside?
Oh, bro, it makes me feel jittery.
Hell yeah! I'm thinking about getting into that, bro.
Right. Bro, you should. It'll be good for your music.
Yeah. That's how we're doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think that drugs kind of like helps artistry in a way?
Yeah. I think that it can.
Yeah.
Because if you look at Eminem's music, like you can see now, like right now, his music now. If you think about it, he's a better lyricist than any of his past music.
Fact.
Now.
Yeah, I mean, he keeps growing.
But from a creative aspect, his past music was better.
You know,
and from like an emotional level.
This is like something I be thinking about too. I feel like with him, once you start getting that wealthy, you kind of run out of experiences to talk about.
Yeah, and your rent's being paid.
Facts, you know what I'm saying?
So
like,
you ain't gotta rap like your rent is about to go out of date.
But then at that time, I'm pretty sure he was like, what do you think Eminem's drug of choice would be? I say fucking coke.
Oh no, it was definitely no, yes. Yeah. But no, but yes, but no.
Say fence, always yes.
Hey, but yes.
Yeah. Probably.
But no.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
All right, you fucking. No, yeah, I got you though.
Definitely. What was that one that he took? Vicodin.
Oh, Vicodin. What does that do? I always hear about it.
It's like a muscle relaxer.
Yeah.
He talks about it in a lot of his, maybe it's it's a painkiller.
He seemed like such a tense individual.
He used to take his favorites were like painkillers. He used to talk about it in all of his music. Vicodin, how he take a lot of Vicodin or
a lot of pills and stuff. I'm assuming
a lot of pills.
Because he talked about how his mother was a drug addict.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Music. So he's just like
definitely.
Yeah, probably trying to take whatever her prescriptions are and stuff, whatever that could be.
Yeah, he used to take a whole bunch of different shit. Like now he's super sober.
Yeah. Oh, for real?
Yeah, you didn't know
Fucking
that?
Lame. That's why his music sucks.
Fucking lame.
Take more drugs. Bro.
Take more drugs. We advocate for drugs.
Wholehearted entertainment.
Wholehearted entertainment drugs. Yeah. And now you can't sue us actually because of the whole entire name. That's why I based the whole shit around Wholehearted Entertainment. So if we say some fucked up crazy shit that may or may not be true, then and if it gets taken to court, just be like, yo, it's literally Wholehearted Entertainment.
Facts, you know
it's
what I'm
strictly entertainment.
Like live off of that.
Yeah. See what I'm saying,
lit, though.
Seth?
Yeah, no, that's smart. Man, you were thinking ahead years in the past. You were thinking ahead.
I was thinking before I was even thinking about
Yeah,
it.
you were thinking before you were born.
Yeah, and then
lot
I'm
of
making
things
it up
happen
on
that
the
way.
spot now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lit.
Yeah. What did you say?
I said a lot of things happen that way. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of set
Yeah.
some shit up way before.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think of an example right now? Can you?
Kind of like the way my project, like I was just talking to him about this in the car. I was like, bro, it's like to a point now where things are kind of lining themselves up. Like I haven't, like none of the things that I'm doing right now, I've kind of like figured out on my own. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, I'm so glad I did that shit in the past because
You haven't figured any of it out on your own?
It's like,
Whoa.
it's like, okay, I'll write a project and I'll create it and I'll release it, and then the PR for the project kind of does itself. In a way, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I need to do this, but it's like doors kind of open up perfectly timed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm so glad I took my time on this because it kind of did this in the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we were talking like that's what happens when you're locked in, like, and you're fully faithful.
Fucking lock in, dude.
You're just faithful with your actions, man.
Yeah.
Like, he
Yeah,
talk
fact.
about how you quit your job, like.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. I
Okay,
feel like
yeah.
people
Grand
need to
fucking
hear that.
announcement.
Lock
yeah.
the fuck in,
Grand
dude.
announcement. Yeah, 2 weeks done. Yeah, quit my job.
Damn.
He's locked in.
Yeah,
Like,
just
and,
being
you know,
What
like,
made you decide to do that, though?
Bro, man, because at the end of the day, I feel like if I want to do this for real and I'm dead serious about it, I gotta take actions towards that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's faith, bro. It's just like everything else, bro. Like I feel like you lead first. You lead with action first, and the things kind of because people like wait to see the steps, and that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? You can't wait to see the steps in front of you because you'll never move because the steps are never going to be built in front of you.
Yeah.
You got to take that leap, and then things just start falling into place.
Whoa.
and it's not that he wasn't scared to do that. He was scared, but he
facts.
went past the fear. Like he went through the fear, and he still did it because his faith is stronger than his fear.
Facts.
Whoa. So now you're just manifesting.
He's straight manifesting, bro.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I gotta have to figure this out, bro. My God.
You got to figure some shit out.
But no, seriously though, I'm having fun so far. You know what I'm saying? I haven't worked.
So far.
Yeah, so far. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's going. You know what? I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not gonna put that in the air. I think it's gonna keep being.
But think about it.
good.
As long as his faith
Yeah.
keeps passing his fear,
Yeah.
he's gonna be good. But then once you let the fear overcome you and be like,
Facts.
oh shit, then shit starts like.
Well,
Water
I
starts
think it's a
flowing in
little
the boat
bit
and
more
sinking
than
you.
that, though.
Yeah, I was saying like, it also takes a little bit of fucking.
Like, what
delusion.
about your bills, bro?
Like, of course, bills. and
In the
stuff like that.
meantime,
But with
yeah.
a passion,
that's
this
what I'd be
strong-
thinking.
I think about that all the time.
Uh-huh.
But with a passion this strong, I feel like all I have to do is touch people. Because the first thing, the difficult part for me was making my art monetary. Because I was like, damn, this is kind of free. You know what I'm saying? I feel like art in general is a free concept. It should be given to the public. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I got bills.
Yeah,
so it was
yeah.
like, how can I monetize my art? And that's been like the main thing. Streams is not
Yeah.
going to cut it. I got to figure out how to monetize my art now. You feel
Exactly,
me?
Yeah.
and it's like you still have to put in the work. That's
Yeah.
one thing that I wanted to talk about on here.
He's
A
like,
message,
yeah.
a message that I have that I've talked to like a lot of people about, and I feel like that's been something that I've been learning as well. Is like a lot of life is like coming up with a plan, right? What's the plan gonna be? And a lot of people that are just trying to get into something, they have a really good plan, and it's
Yeah.
like, hey man, that's a great plan. You really
Yeah.
have it figured out. Like I'm so proud of you for coming up with that plan.
Absolutely.
But now, what are you gonna do? Like
Yeah.
there's planning and doing. You got to put
Yeah,
it together.
facts.
A lot
Absolutely.
of people just plan, and then they come up with excuses with why they can't do. And it's like,
Facts.
and it's scary because the gap between planning and doing is so fucking far.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking Grand Canyon, and it's scary to get from planning to doing. But like, so at some point,
You got to do
when
it.
you're really locked in, you really want it, you kind of just snap, and
Yeah.
you kind of get fed up, and you're like, yo, I have to do something.
You have to
Yeah.
do it right
and then
now.
you do it.
Yeah, because like we said, we're in the prime of our lives. I don't think just physically, but mentally, and our ability to make an impact on the world around us.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna take a risk, this is pretty much the safest part of my life to do so.
Yeah.
So
I know what you're
might as
saying.
well go out and try everything that I possibly can. I can always make money. That's the thing about if you want to make money, you enter into the marketplace. I went to school for marketing. I can sell just about anything. You feel me? Drugs, anything. No, but seriously though, crazy.
But bro,
listen,
easy money.
So making money is not the hard part.
No.
You know what I'm saying? If I want to, like if I'm 20, I'm like, fuck, like 28, I'm like, 30, 35, I'm like, damn, this music shit's just not cutting it. I need to make some money. I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Just work really hard at something, I'll make money. So I don't have to worry about that. I can just focus more so on the artistry and just being smart with the money I do have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
I think that I broke it down to like an equation, if you would. So so I'm doing all this shit right now, but I'm not gonna quit my job unless I have 3 times. Actually, I'm not gonna stop at my job until I have a year's worth of savings so that I can pay all my bills for a year and not have to worry about anything. And then I'm making 3 times as much as I'm making now in a month.
Facts. That's actually a good ass way to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's
so
like a good
to me that there's no way. Like I'll continue to do this shit. So basically, I look at this as my job.
Yeah.
You know, all the shit that I do now, but then I look at my job as my side hustle, if you would.
I mean, technically.
So I'm putting more hours and more work into this than I am, or like art and just the whole thing because it all goes in together as one. But
I'm pretty sure this is very, very true for you too. I work on my music probably like 9 hours a day.
Oh yeah,
or something music related. Like that's literally all I do. I'm either reading a book to learn more about myself or something, or making music or doing something on the business aspect of music. That's literally all I do.
And whenever I'm at work, I also listen to I listen to other podcasts, and then I'll listen to interviews, or I listen 100%. To just other people talking about things in the art world or just anything, so that I can kind of get some sort of knowledge while I'm making money as well. So it's not just me just doing the job. You know, that's why I still have the job that I have now, so that I'm able to do the things that I'm able to at work and learn things there as I'm progressing in whatever I want to progress at.
Facts, bro. That's true. I remember, when I was at work, I was doing the same shit, bro. I think you came in the shop one day. I literally just read. I read all day. I just be in the back reading. Not in the back, but like, you know, on the floor. Oh, shit. No, I did not. I did not do that. I don't know.
He did never do that.
Nah, but yeah, bro. I really like information is everything, bro. If you got the knowledge, you can do pretty much anything you want to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was going to ask you earlier. I know there's a physical peak. Do you think there's a mental peak? Do you think there's a period in your life where like your mental starts degrading?
Probably when you get really old, like maybe that in the
on
range
a physical
of like,
level.
Yeah.
Like mentally, maybe like one thing that I like. See, the thing is, like, I watch a lot of like information about like exercise, like trying to learn about exercise, but I also learn about like why is this like particular exercise good for, like for what, and I learned like the cool thing about like compound lifting, like actually lifting weights, is that it can stave off mental degradation further down. So like if you're lifting weights, your chances of getting dementia instead of developing when you're 70 can go all the way over to 90. So like when you actually physically work out, it actually helps you out with your mental clarity over the long run too. So like if you start exercising now and you continue to do it through your life, your chances of developing these diseases that basically cut your life short go down by like quite a lot.
Interesting.
For sure.
And so
I feel like all that stuff is use it or lose it.
Yeah, there's practical things like that you can do.
Yeah, and since you're young already, it's easier to get in the shape. And the video I was watching, I wish I probably have it on my locked videos, because I sometimes I don't finish the whole video. I have to come back to it later. But it talked about like it's easier to get into shape when you're in your 20s than it is when you are in your 40s and stay in shape. So like if you start now, and by the time you're 40, you'll have developed so much knowledge and you'll understand your body well, and another thing is too is like with the diet is a big factor also. Like I think it's like the diet, sleep, and the consistency.
Sure. I'm already knowing.
Yeah, and try to reduce the drinking to I don't always follow this, but try to reduce the drinking to a minimum and the smoking weed stuff to a minimum too. Because I used to we used to both.
We used to smoke a lot of fucking weed.
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Like what?
Weed. What is that?
Oh, I meant to say marijuana.
What is that?
I meant to say pot.
Oh. Never mind. I don't.
No.
Yeah,
THC.
Just show it to me after this. Maybe I'll,
Fentanyl.
Yeah. Fentanyl.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I'm used to.
Green. It's green fentanyl.
Green fentanyl.
Green fentanyl. Okay, cool. So
Yes, sir.
Lost my train of thought.
See, that's what you get whenever you smoke too much fucking fentanyl.
That's the result. That's why we had to stop.
You lose your fucking train of thought.
I was losing my mind. I wasn't knowing what
derails.
Yeah, I was going off the rails, man. I was never getting nothing done.
Fuck.
That's actually one of the reasons I stopped, which is because it was more enjoyable to do that than actually go get something done.
Fact.
And that's when I realized it was a problem. Was like
we were talking about that with semen retention too, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to. What's y'all's opinion on that? Like, what do you think about
it? So important.
Like semen
so
retention.
Important. As a man,
it's
just important, bro. Your seed is your life essence.
Yeah, that's your energy, bro.
You need to protect that at all.
For sure.
Like the first thing that like was corrupted, that kind of fucked up the flow. You know what I'm saying? Because we're talking about being in a flow state and kind of maintaining a state of flow. I feel like semen retention and like over sexualization of like everything that we do in the country is what like kind of disrupted that. Because it's backwards. You feel me? I feel like women should be more sexual than men for sure, but men are just we don't know how to control our bodies no more.
You think women should be more sexual than men?
Yes, 100%.
Why do you say that?
Because I feel like men should do better at retaining their sexual energy. You know what I'm saying? That's what
absolutely. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
like because every time that you release sexual energy, you really release energy. You can feel sex used to be a reward.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like if you look at the animal kingdom, we were talking about this in the car. You look at the animal kingdom and you look at how animals get to reproduce. You know what I'm saying? They only get to reproduce if they're the strongest.
Yeah,
they have to beat everybody else's ass to become the leader of the pack, and then they get like 3 girls as a result.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like with people was very similar. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you should prioritize productivity and being of value so that you can get the women as a result. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like masturbation or just fucking anybody that comes in front of you is kind of like really, it's messing up that flow.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that because like after you release and stuff, it's usually like beforehand. It's excess energy. It's like it's like an energy. So like if
you can feel it.
Yeah, you can feel it. So if I release and I went to the gym afterwards, that I'm not going to go as hard in the gym as I would if I held off on that, if that makes sense. And it also gives me more drive and more motivation to keep going. But after I do something like that, I just kind of like, man, I'm real mellow. I don't want to do nothing. Exactly. And I feel like, and I've watched some stuff on that, and I think what is like your body thinks that it has accomplished its biological objective, and your existence is no longer necessary because it's like it thinks that you propagated, like it thinks that you're like. And this is like, that's why you shouldn't watch porn and stuff, because like when you see that stuff, your mind and your body thinks it's like an actual woman. It's not, and so like it's tricked into believing.
Porn is weird, bro. Like it's almost like you're watching 2 other people have sex. Like it's like you're peeping on someone.
You're a spectator.
It's like voyeurism.
I'm gonna go ahead and just delete my search history right now. Nah, but seriously though, it's a trap, bro.
Yeah, it really fucks up like your well, I was gonna say reward system, but basically your reward system, 100%. But also it kind of reprograms your brain to basically get aroused to other people having sexual activities instead of your own sexual activities as well.
It's self-destructive. It's like
there's really so many problems with porn too, and it's so many. I think that it should be banned.
Yeah, definitely. They're kind of working on that actually, but
they are. But it's gonna be
slow. It's a slow process.
It's gonna be so slow. Yeah.
The general public's not going with that. They're not having
no, they are not.
But like that shit is like an energy pack, man, and like you can use your body like naturally wants to release it the natural way that it's used to, but you can like reroute your body and say like, no, like we're gonna release it another way, and you can release it through creativity. You can release it into like working out. You can like put that energy into the stuff that you want to improve your life.
Yeah. And one thing I think too is like with that extra energy, you can use that energy to develop yourself into the man that an actual woman would like.
Exactly.
And then like you have a bunch of women that find you attractive, then you find the best woman for you, and then problem solved.
Or you can release it through fentanyl.
Yeah,
that's what I literally. That's what
you
I
was
was about to get
thinking.
back to. Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. I fuck with that.
Yeah,
I'm glad that we're on the same page.
I didn't want to like tell you like right in the beginning. But, bro, Fent is so lit. Yo, Fent is for the kids,
bro.
Sure.
Fence for kids. Yeah, silly rabbit fence for kids.
What do you think is like a good age to take drugs if you're gonna take?
What do you think that the what?
What do you think is a proper age to take those type of stuff?
What kind of
Fent? You know what I'm saying? Just saying like if you're gonna start with like let's say like a natural occurring compound that's not Fent, what would you say like
what?
A decent age? Let's say like shrooms or like weed if you're gonna do anything.
Weed.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's something you were talking about before. You said it's like a green Fent, right?
Yeah.
Facts. So like something like that.
So you're just reiterating what I was saying.
Yeah. Trying to like, you know,
I got you.
So
I got you.
at what age do you think that's like where you're kind of good to do that?
Shit.
When'd you start?
16.
Yeah.
16.
Do you think it fucked you up in any way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh damn.
I think that, yeah, most definitely. But I don't regret doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, whenever people ask you if you have any regrets, like, that's such a loaded question because,
Everything happens for a reason.
I mean, first of all, you wouldn't be the way that you are if your past didn't happen the way that it did.
Facts.
Second of all, there's no way that you can go back and fix everything. You can just learn off of whatever mistakes. I don't think that there's any regrets. I think that there's mistakes that you learn off of.
Exactly.
I don't even think that there's even mistakes because I think all mistakes are just learning experiences.
Yeah,
Facts,
me and my friend have
So-
something we say where we say I don't take a loss. I take a lesson.
Yeah.
So it's like you're changing the L into something.
It's not
different.
a love. It's not no love. It's not an L. It's just a future dub.
Yeah,
Facts,
exactly.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? That's the
You-
way I
you-
see it.
It's so important to like learn lessons in life through your losses, and I think it's funny how when you don't learn a lesson,
Yeah.
and you keep trying to do things your way, and you
Yeah.
don't try to like reflect or learn, the universe is like, oh, this motherfucker's not getting it, and then it runs that
Yeah,
shit
for
back.
sure.
Yeah.
Like you will go through the same shit until you learn from
Yeah.
it and do something different. And
Like, what's the
change.
point of having regrets? Like, why
There's no
would you
point.
even have regrets? Because you're dwelling on the past, and then that's just,
Exactly.
you know, weighing on you right now in the present.
I feel like moments are like way too definite to focus on the past.
That's why people get depressed.
Yeah.
Is because they're just so focused on the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's too much going on. Like
Depression is
too many variables.
depression
You know?
is the focus on the past, and then anxiety is the focus on the future.
Facts. Ooh, that's actually a great one.
Yeah, you ever heard that before?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know.
100%.
I
heard that
know
before.
a lot
It
of
just really
quotes,
hits
but I have
home.
no idea where they come from.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good
They're
one.
by a
though.
bunch of different people, but
Yeah.
I wish that I did know who they came from.
I
That
feel like
shit's fire.
depression is when your mind, body, and soul aren't aligned.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
When your mind, body, and soul are not aligned.
like when
Probably
you know.
your mind isn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
Like-
one of those. Yeah.
when you know you're supposed to be doing something. I have a theory that everyone like deep down knows what they're supposed to be doing, but
Yeah.
but we're not. That's spiritual,
Uh-huh.
and a lot of people aren't tapped into that spirituality because we're not trained or taught how to tap into that. But that what is called is intuition. It's like that knowing of like what the next steps are, and I feel like a lot of people aren't connected to intuition, and they because society kind of tells you what you're supposed to do, and so we kind of train ourselves to like slap that sound that's like, hey, like you should like this
You
is
should
what
do
you
fentanyl.
you should do fentanyl. No, but like this is like
come on.
like this is like what I want to do like deep down, and society kind of is like, nah, fuck that, like work, or like fuck that, go to college,
they
or,
do. They
or
keep you
do what
distracted.
everyone else is doing, and you kind of we're trained to like disregard that voice.
Yeah.
And that's why I've been trying to get all my homies on meditation, because I feel like meditation is really how you get tapped into that voice.
I actually thought that he was going to say it. That's why I'm getting all my homies on meth. We're just talking about meth, fentanyl, heroin.
Bro, this is lit.
Go down the list.
I agree with you, bro. I feel like the world is just a little bit too loud for people to hear.
Yeah, they definitely.
At least this country is just super, super loud. There's always something going on.
For sure.
It's always one step putting you into another step, putting you in that. They put you focus on this, and it's like you can't really slow down a lot of people. But the second that you slow down and really think, you know what I'm saying, you start hearing that voice.
Yeah, you think that it's the system's problem, or do you think that it's the players of the systems?
The system is set up so strategically. I mean, look at it. We grew up in it. Like, you go to school. You know what I'm saying? The school system is very similar to the work system.
Yeah.
They kind of they just make it. They make school super hard so that when you get into the work system, you relax. And you're like, this is not as hard as it was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? They just said it was. And then you get comfortable doing it. And then you're in debt because of school, and you got to work that debt off. And then you go out, you buy a house, you get married, and those are all debt.
Yeah,
you know, and there are definitely forces against us, but I feel like it's definitely, we can't play the victim card. We have to like take our lives in our own hands and be like, like sure, there are systems set up against me, but there are things that you can do and learn to change your circumstances.
Exactly.
So going back to what you were saying just a minute ago, do you think that you have a God-given purpose, or do you think that you make your purpose?
I think it's a little bit of both. It's not really like a clear thing, but I don't know. Like,
that's a good question.
It's something that you have to create for yourself. You have to create a lane for yourself. Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like we all have innate gifts, and I feel like that's what defines our purpose. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there is a Eastern concept called Dharma, and it's the concept of, it says that everyone has a specific thing in life that they can do the best that no one else can do as good. That's what Dharma is.
Dharma.
Yeah.
So that a specific thing that somebody
and
they themselves can do that nobody else can do on that level.
Yeah, and Eastern philosophy says that it's your life's task to find out what that is for yourself.
That's actually that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you found your Dharma yet?
I think I have an idea, and I think the more that I tap in with myself through spiritual practices, the more that I start to like hone in on it slowly. But I think that's how it works. I think like it starts off very vague and big and like, oh, I could do this, I could do that. And then as you start to do off the plans that you make, you start to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And then the masters have like very small niches that they honed in on. Like,
that's actually really fucking
I actually don't know if I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I think that anybody can become a master at something if you set your mind to it.
Definitely.
So, like, you know how there's Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. I'm pretty sure that Michelangelo was a student of Leonardo da Vinci, or it may have been the other way around. I may be fucking this whole entire story up.
Right.
But either way, one of them was the other one's predecessor, basically. Or actually, maybe no. I'm wrong on that. I'm wrong. They were both competitors. Right. So one of them was actually envious of the other. So that's what pushed him to become a great artist. Both of them are considered masters to this day, but the other one, they're both considered masters to this day.
Yeah.
But the other one they both kind of envied each other because they were doing such wonderful work, and then that pushed them both to be better. But whenever you're looking at it from a objective standpoint, you can basically tell their artwork is the closest thing to perfect that you can get.
Yeah. Definitely.
Whenever you're looking at it from an objective standpoint, and they was both so professional at what they did, and they were like literally the masters of the artwork, so they could master the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is so wild.
So what's your point off that?
The point is that both of them did the same exact thing the best.
But
so
they,
it wasn't.
but they each had a different style, did they not? Like they each honed in on their, like, no one can make art like Picasso. You can try, you can attempt, but
Absolutely.
no one can put the same exact spirit, soul, and power that he did to create the wave of art he did. He created
Absolutely.
Cubism and all that, like,
along with
exactly.
the other guy.
And then Da Vinci couldn't do that, but he could. No one could paint the ceiling like Da Vinci. He painted the ceiling, right?
Michelangelo.
Yeah, exactly. No one could do that kind of art. Like they both did art, but they each honed in on that. That's kind of what I was talking about. Like, they each honed in on that their specific lane of art.
Michelangelo was actually a sculptor. He was a.
Oh, he's the one who did that.
He was.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he did the one with. I don't know what the hell that thing was
like the Thinking
called.
Man or something like that?
No, he did
who did that?
I don't know.
He did the
That's just a
one
famous sculpture.
Yeah.
a sculpture of the huge guy. You know what I'm talking about. If you've seen this shit, you would know what the hell I'm talking. It's this huge sculpture of a man that I'm pretty sure it was like David or some shit.
Is he naked?
Yeah, he's naked.
Yeah, I know that sculpture.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's him. That's Michelangelo.
Yeah, he's the one that did that, and he also did the Sistine Chapel, like he was saying, the ceilings on the Sistine Chapel, and it's like he did the first depiction of God that there was.
Really?
Yeah, of like the Christian God.
You talking about like the kind of based off that one right up there, the one that was on the ceiling?
Oh yeah, exactly. That's exactly what that's based off of.
Yeah, I know that photo.
Exactly.
That was the first one?
That was the first one. Yeah.
That's wild.
I mean, there's other like depictions of Jesus and stuff, but
but
like
the first,
kinda.
like,
but this is the first like really realistic one of God Himself.
That's lit.
Yeah,
it's
which
like,
is crazy.
Yeah, it's like you feel called to do podcasts. Joe Rogan does podcasts, but Joe Rogan can't. He physically can't make a podcast like you can make a podcast.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
like you were
I see
called
what you're
to.
saying.
You if you keep going and keep progressing, you will get into like a very specific lane of like. That's a wholehearted entertainment podcast. And no one else can do a podcast like that.
Yeah.
like no one's surrounded by this much art. Yo, I was gonna ask you. We were talking. I was thinking about this. Flow state. When you create art, do you enter into like a flow state where you just create and everything just comes naturally to you, or have you ever like created a painting that like just seemed to just flow from beginning to end?
Oh yeah. Most of them. Actually,
were you in like a particular mindset to allow that to happen? Because like with music, there's times where I'll write a song in 10 minutes. I'll just write the whole thing out, you know. And there's times where I write a song over like a 2-day period. Or like
I mean, it just depends how I'm feeling and how long I've contemplated what I'm making.
Oh yeah, true.
So like right now, it's I organize all my like. I tell a lot of people that I write everything down. So I have a big notebook over there. Actually, right now I have two. And then I kind of jot down all of my thoughts, anything that I need to have done and anything that I wish to have done in the future. I write it all down whenever it comes to my mind. And as soon as it comes to my mind, I go over there and write it down.
That's so genius.
Or that's something that I really need to get into.
Or I type it down in my notes.
Journaling, dude.
Exactly.
Well, last time we talked about that too. And I was like, damn, I need to start doing that. And I've gotten a little bit better. But that is like so fundamental. Like that's genius. That's probably.
Then I type it in my notes too if I don't have my notebook because I mean sometimes you can't just carry around a notebook.
Oh yeah, facts.
For that, and I also put everything down. I have a calendar over there, a big calendar. So like this podcast was written down on the calendar whenever we set it up.
100%.
So then I know when everything is.
Just decluttering your mind.
Exactly. So basically, whenever I do that's. I'm looping it back around to what you was asking about. So basically doing that is I can write down any idea that I have and anything that I wish to do in the future. I write it all down there, and then it clears my mind up to think about the things that I need to think about right now in this moment or more things in the future. So then everything that I think about that I need to have done is all there. It's all right there. So if I don't ever forget about anything, I just go down.
It constantly reminds you.
Exactly. I look at my notes and I was like, well, what was that I was just thinking about like 3 weeks ago? And then I'll just turn the pages a couple times to 3 weeks ago. And then there's exactly what I was thinking about.
Wow.
So then I kind of base that off of what I'm going to paint. So whenever I'm about to paint something, I think about what I'm going to paint. Sometimes I do this. And then sometimes I just go into it blindly. And like that right there, that painting right there in specific was me going into it blindly. and everything's free-handed, so a lot of it is me going into it blindly, yes, but not everything is completely blindly. Like that one, the fish one, I knew exactly what I wanted to paint. It was going to be a fish.
Yeah, back there, like, all right,
so
cool.
I didn't come up with the details until I started actually drawing the fish on the thing.
Yeah.
And I recorded the whole process too.
Oh yeah. You do like the shorts? Did you post this?
I didn't put it as a short yet, but I have it as How to Paint a Fucking Picture.
Yeah,
that's the series that I have.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I know what you're talking
it's
about.
How to Paint a Fucking Picture. So then I can also, not only can other people look at it as some sort of entertainment, wholehearted entertainment, but I can also go back and look at it and realize what I did. If I did something that I didn't even mean to do or I didn't even think about doing, it's all recorded. So I'm like, how the fuck did I do that? I can go back and look at it and it's like, oh, okay, of course, that's how I did it.
Bro, I watched your video. It was like something about life, like get your life together.
How to get your fucking life together.
That shit hit me in a time where I really needed that shit. I just wanted to tell you that. Like, I watched that shit and I got hyped.
Really?
Like, you were really spitting. You were like, yo, this is what you fucking need to do. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, damn, this dude's spitting. But yeah, bro, that helped me out a lot.
And a lot of people will look at that. A lot of people look at that too and will be like, well, what the fuck does this guy know? And how the hell, why would I listen to this guy? Because, you know, this is a youngster. Especially older folks will look at what I'm saying about how to get your fucking life together and shit. But it's really objective realities that I put into it to basically sum up how people have a good life, and that's based off of my experience as well as just a bunch of mistakes that in these books, all these books, a bunch of mistakes that everybody has ever made in history.
Yeah.
And then it's written down in books, and then people will talk about it and explain why that certain people do the way that they do. And
That's
I took a long time
so
to understand all that.
Bro, yeah, and I feel like young people need young people to like help them out. Like, we need to help each other out, man. We can't just be looking at older folks all the time.
real.
Like, we gotta be like, oh shit, like this guy's my age and like he knows what's up. Like, maybe I should get on that wave too. Or I could get on that wave. Like, it's not an impossible thing.
And some people don't even understand. They don't even take the time. It's because I really took the time to understand life.
Yeah.
Like, even though I didn't experience a lot of hard times, like a lot of people, like you was joking about it earlier in the interview. He was like, yeah, I had it really rough, like in the beginning, and you was just joking around. But I'm just like you, because my parents, very rare, my parents are still together, and they've been together ever since that they was actually married 7 years.
I should say congrats to that shit now.
Most definitely. Hey, congrats to you.
Yeah, no, right,
hey, definitely. My parents were together 7 years before they had me.
Yeah.
And then they're still married to this day.
That's fine.
So I take a lot of blessings from that, because I'm very blessed to been able to be born into that, because that really shaped the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Because now I don't have to make those mistakes that a lot of people do, but a lot of people actually make the mistake of thinking that people have to make all those mistakes in order to have the knowledge or wisdom that it takes in order to get to a position of power or success that they wish to be in.
Wisdom is the accumulation of life experiences. If you want to be a wise person at a young age, you have to accumulate as many life experiences from other people as you possibly can.
Exactly.
Learn from them. So it's like reading books, talking to people, whatever you can do to learn from someone else's life, it's how you extend that's how you keep moving forward.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's literally that's like so fundamental, bro. That's why I like having both parents in the house.
Exactly.
Drastically changes your outcome and look on the world.
It really, really
because
does.
That's the first place that you derive most of your wisdom from, your outlook on.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's something that I see a lot, like in our generation and in our culture, is like, bro, people are not open-minded, bro.
Yeah.
No.
Like being open-minded is maybe one of like the best things you can do for yourself.
100%.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, you have to be open to all sides. You can't just be shut off. Like, I feel like once you think you know something, you're closing yourself off to like so much information.
Seriously.
And it's like, even if I've gotten like to the awareness of it, where it's like, even if I know something, if someone's like talking about it, I'm not gonna be like, yo, like I already know that. Or like if I'm reading a book and like the book is talking about something that I quote unquote already know, also read it again, because it's like every time you can learn something different from it. Even if you
Most
even if
definitely.
you think you know what's going on.
I agree.
Like
Like I talk whenever I do my videos, I'm always, or like just one-on-one videos, or if I ever do any interviews in the future, I'm always gonna act like I fucking know everything. Right. But I'll be add a little bit of arrogance into it because you know how it is. It spices it up, spices the interview up or whatever. I mean, But I also know at the end of the day, I don't know everything, and nobody knows everything. And whoever claims to say that they do know everything, they're fucking lying. They definitely don't know everything. And I noticed whenever I started to acquire all the knowledge that I did now through these books, like because I took a whole year off from everything back in like 20, I don't know if it was 2020 or 2021. I don't know. I like quit my job and I quit doing everything, deleted all my social media. And I took the time and I was at Barnes and Nobles every single day, like just picking up random books and just trying to figure shit out. I bought a whole bunch of, like the majority of these books I bought during that time.
Wow.
And I took the time to read the majority of them. Like there's still a lot of books that I just haven't completely read.
Yeah, reading is most definitely fundamental to whatever it is you're doing on this world. Like no matter what you're doing, reading is like, as soon as a person tells me that they don't read at all, it's like, all right, I'm already understanding. You're at a severe disadvantage.
Yeah.
Reading really opens up the entire world to you.
And then as I started reading, I was like, because I at first before that I remember having like arguments with my dad because I literally thought that I knew everything. Like literally, like I'll say that I know everything right now, but I'm just bullshitting around and I'm just throwing it out there just to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, but like you was actually at a point like,
and then I start reading and shit, and then I'm like, God, I don't know shit. The more you read and shit, the more you realize that you don't know nothing. This is a quote in a Red Hot Chili Pepper song. It's like the more it's like the more I know, the more
I read, the less I know, or something like that.
The more I read, the less I know.
I might actually listen to that song on the way back here.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep. That shit is crazy.
And it's crazy. Like I'll read a book and I'll be like, damn, like I know so much about this topic, and I'll see another book about that topic and be like, I could read this book, but like I already know everything about it, and then I'll read the book, learn something else, and be like, fuck, like that was the best book I've ever read. Like it's
for
just so
real.
Crazy how
like there's always like specifics that you can definitely learn within it that you do not know. Like I'm willing to have a debate about certain things because I feel as if I know more about that subject than the other person, or I have a better talking point than the other person if I'm having a debate. But I'm also open to whatever they're about to say. And I also know, and like you were saying, so if they're saying something that has a good argument, I'm going to sit there and try to understand exactly what they're saying because I want to know their point of things, because you can always learn something. That's one thing that I've learned, is that you can learn something from anybody. Like especially even somebody that you think is
kids, bro,
the
like
stupidest person. Like if you think of the stupidest person you can think of, or you think that they're stupid. First of all, I don't think that anybody's really stupid. I just think that I like to believe that nobody is really ignorant, but they will portray themselves as ignorant, or they are lazy, if you would, because they don't want to put in the effort or the time that it takes in order. That's why I also said that I disagreed with what you said earlier, because there are certain things that people do that are I know that I'm losing my train of thought right now, and I was gonna improvise.
You're close. You're close. Yeah.
I was about to improvise, but I knew that if I did that, it was just gonna be a bunch of jibber jabber.
You was about to take it. You about to loop it all back.
Yeah, I was.
It was close though. It was close.
Damn.
No, it's okay. That happens to me all the time.
That's why you shouldn't do fentanyl,
bro. I thought you need to do more, honestly.
Bro, actually,
to counteract the negative effects.
What I've noticed, like when you take it, is like the first few times is like really negative, but like after you like get around that, you know what I'm saying, it really starts to open
this
up
episode is just gonna be called Seekie takes hella fentanyl.
Bro, I'm really gonna sell it by
the end. It's a party on Fent.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, bro, like, does he really take Fent?
We take Fent. Yeah. That's gonna be the name of the episode. We take Fent.
I actually fuck with that. Yeah.
We take Fent.
If you want to be a great artist, you start with Fent. Literally, you start and end with Fent.
Start with Fent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single project I've created has come out of that.
Yeah, now I'm very, very pissed off because I was actually about to say something, but I definitely.
You gotta let it go, bro.
I can't let it go,
bro. You gotta be like water, man. Just let it flow, man.
I was saying that.
I love that quote.
I was saying that I was disagreeing with you with something. What was it that I said that I disagreed with you?
You disagree with Dharma.
And what did you say that was again?
Dharma
You
is
said that
everyone has like a specific thing that they can do really well that they can do better than anyone else.
I still disagree with that.
But why? But why?
Because I think that if there's something that I do well and more well than anybody else, then I think that somebody else can come along and do the same exact thing.
But no one can really do the same things better because everyone is so different.
That's the thing. You have to define better. Like, are you talking about
as long as someone is like growing, as long as someone is making an effort to grow in a task, they will hone their skill. They will get better at it, and it will become something that no one has ever done before. But everyone has that. At least everyone has that potential.
But that's why I was saying about Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo is that they were both the best. So like that is the best that humankind has ever seen in artwork.
I see what you mean.
And so there's no other way that you could be more perfect at the artwork than both of them, because it was during the time of the Renaissance, so it was both a similar style. So whenever they drew a character of some sort, whenever they painted a person, they would paint it to look exactly like if they were to sit here and paint one of us, then it would look exactly how we look. Exactly. So it's be like we took a photo of that person. Yeah. And then both of them was so skilled that it basically, if they both did it, it would basically look like the same picture. If they both did, like if I'm sitting here painting a picture of Seth and I'm Leonardo da Vinci, and then there's Michelangelo right here, and we both did the same exact painting, it would look the same exact thing.
But I think you're thinking about one thing, because Leonardo da Vinci, he was the best. I would say he's the best Renaissance man. Maybe I think because he is the Renaissance man.
Yeah.
Like he was the best at being a Renaissance man. Maybe. And
so during that time?
Yeah.
So then what about Benjamin Franklin? Because he was a more modern.
But he did different things.
He did do different things, but
what metric are you basing perfection off of? Because I feel like perfection.
I don't think it is perfection.
No.
I think it's just
you can be the best version of yourself.
Let me look up
like notoriety.
Let me look up what Dharma actually is. Like the actual definition.
Like the best version of yourself. Like obviously you can be. Nobody else can top that. You feel me?
Yeah.
But to say that it's like better than someone else, like you both could be the best versions of yourself and create it the best. You know what I'm saying? In a particular way. But to say like, oh, one is the best at this and one is the best at that. It's like, I don't know.
That's why I was disagreeing with it. Because it's kind of like, if somebody is the best, then there can be somebody else out there. Like that's what I always say whenever we're talking about, men and women equality. Because the reason, like whenever we're talking about the pay gap, is because men on average do more work than the women do.
Well, so, I wanted to add something to that too, because I watched a video not too long ago. It's like for men, our reproductive success is also tied to how much money we can bring in, because it shows that we can support a family. Yeah, it's like
100%.
Like even in like the past, like I know this isn't necessarily the case today, but when a woman's pregnant, at some point she'll have to usually take time off from her work to be able to take care of the child.
Yeah.
And so she has to make sure that the man is competent enough to be able to bring in enough money to be able to take care of her and the child.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, like, most men, it's a competition to be the most competent to be able to get the woman that you want. So they're going to work harder because that's just their drive to do that.
Yeah, and that testosterone is what drives competition. And when you masturbate, you ruin your testosterone level. So don't do it.
Just don't fucking masturbate. Just do fentanyl instead.
Do fentanyl.
Like seriously.
All right, so
no, but really
so it says the law of Dharma. So according to the law of Dharma, or purpose of life, we are spiritual beings who have taken physical form to fulfill a purpose. It has 3 components. So component number 1 is 1, each of us has to discover our true self.
Uh-huh.
And then component 2, each of us has a unique talent that no one else has. And then 3 is that we are here to serve our fellow human beings with our talent so that we experience the ecstasy and exaltation of our spirit. And then this is the goal of all goals.
A unique talent that nobody else has.
That's difficult.
That's difficult. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, because it's like
the ability. I feel like you can channel your creative or whatever it is in a particular direction, but there's how many talents are there to say like a unique talent that no one else has?
Yeah,
that would drive me fucking mad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
trying to think of something that I can do.
Like, what's out there that it hasn't been done already?
Yeah,
I don't think it's that it hasn't been done. I think it just means you're doing it in a way that hasn't been done before.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Like in a way that hasn't been done before. Like for me,
Kodak Black and 21 Savage are both rappers, but they're both rapping in ways that haven't been done before. Like they're both the best at being themselves.
Yeah, in a way.
And giving their talent back to the culture.
So that's kind of like what you're saying with like the two people being perfect in a way. Like two people can be the best at what they do.
Exactly.
Because it's about self. It's about
like Drake and Michael Jackson.
Let's take a couple steps back. All right. Nah, I got you.
Side note, y'all seen Drake Schlong on the timeline,
I've seen that shit.
Bro, I haven't seen it. I haven't been graced with that yet. Bro.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit.
I actually have seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
bro, that shit was crazy. Bro,
How do you feel?
I don't think that is. I don't think that is real.
Me and my friends were driving.
There's
bro,
no way.
Now, why do you think
my
that?
friend's in the back seat, and she's like, "Guys, I got it," and we were like, "What?" And she was like, "I got the official video."
Bro, there's no way that it's real.
What's fake about? I have not seen this.
Bro, he was like,
it
was like a fucking snake, bro.
It's like it's like a big ass gummy worm. Bro, on God.
Bro, what?
I swear to God. Bro,
crazy,
it's like he was jerking a half soft dick. I'm actually serious.
Wait, do y'all actually think it was Drake though?
No.
Damn,
no, I think that maybe it was I don't know. I think that maybe it was fake.
Was there face in it?
Yeah, his face is in it.
Oh shit!
I don't think that it's real though.
I doubt they deep faking that realistic yet to where the whole world is full.
Yeah, I think so.
Deepfakes are crazy, bro. AI is gonna be crazy.
You think the deepfake is that good to where that picture? I'm pretty sure people watch that shit.
I don't think so. I think
bro,
that
most definitely
that was bro. But
you think that was actually?
I think it was, but like
you think that was actually his dick?
I think so.
Did you see it?
I don't know. I saw it.
You saw it?
I don't know, bro. I don't want to like be like I know that was Drake's
like I don't know.
I know for a fact. Nah,
yeah.
But just based on how the video looked, like it didn't, like it was fake.
Hold on, why would he have that video anyway?
That's what I'm saying. Drake is such a secretive person already. I doubt that he would.
I think he would be aware of something like that and not send stuff like that because he knows that there's a chance that could be used as blackmail against him.
Exactly,
you know
but at the same time, I think that maybe he did it like the way that he did because it was a clout play.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Yeah,
I think it was a clout play because I think maybe somebody had made that shit up and then he was like, "Yeah, release that shit."
Right.
Either that or
that would be mad smart. Like
exactly
if that was all like thought up,
like the Kim Kardashian shit.
Yeah,
like the Ray J tape.
Yeah,
it was all thought about, premeditated.
You know, I was listening to the audiobook of the 50th Law. By 50 Cent and Robert Greene.
Yeah. Holy
and
shit, I haven't read that yet.
Bro, they were talking about how 50 Cent used to basically fake publicity stunts, like fake altercations and stuff like that.
He still does it now.
It's so genius,
and
bro.
he talks about it,
it's
too.
Like you playing with people's attention.
He would even talk about it in interviews, but he knows that the people that really pay attention to, like, the news and shit like that, like, they'll just look at the surface level and they won't even listen to the damn...
They don't even care. People gonna still watch the NFL. They don't care.
Exactly. Even though that everybody knows who's going to win.
Exactly. But, yeah. If the Chiefs don't win, I'm gonna be confused. I feel like it's too much money for the Chiefs to win. If the Chiefs win, bro, like the NFL pockets so much bread.
I have no idea who's even playing in the Super Bowl.
It's the Chiefs and the 49ers.
Bro, I'm gonna be so mad if the Chiefs win, bro. Like I'm just tired of them winning. Like at this point,
it'll be too picture perfect, bro. This is like
really
with Taylor Swift and everything like that. I just feel like
Taylor Swift.
She's brought in millions of dollars to the football.
But I mean, either way, like they're gonna make a lot of money because it's like you either have like the downfall of a villainous character in the Chiefs if they lose, or if they win, it's like they got Taylor and
they got
Yeah,
Taylor.
they're
Yeah,
gonna
Taylor
make hella
Swift.
money regardless.
Yeah.
Imagine I heard
it's a really good setup. Like if you think about
it's
it.
too perfect though.
Yeah.
I heard
Yeah.
that there's like one theory that he's gonna propose.
With the Super
after he
Bowl ring and
wins.
shit.
Oh, fuck that
Bro.
shit, dude. Whoa.
Bro, I would fucking lose it, bro. I never watch the NFL again. I already don't watch it. It's just
I don't watch it at all.
yeah. I stopped
Yeah, I
it a while ago.
Yeah.
I recently got back into
I
it.
haven't.
It's pretty fun to watch.
It's because my team
Really?
is ass,
Yeah.
bro. The Panthers, bro.
I
Panthers
can't.
Yeah.
fucking suck.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Really?
They
I can't
haven't really
sit there
been
and
good
watch
since like
it.
2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
They won the
y'all
Super
remember
Bowl,
when
but-
we had
Yeah,
like
it's
Cam
just-
Newton? We went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I was like,
that was awesome.
I was like a little kid, bro.
And then they
I remember
flunked it.
crying, bro. I
Yeah,
cried.
that felt
dead
like a
ass.
dream.
Whoa.
That felt like a very past.
I was
dream.
so emotional about
But
that.
after that, bro, I lost.
Went
it.
down.
Yeah,
It went downhill
I can't.
again.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll make it back in any.
Cam
like,
has
in, like,
so
like
much
5
swag,
years.
bro. Like he had
I
like
fuck
y'all
with
seen
Cam
that
Newton.
picture of like him and Future and like someone else on the sidelines.
Yeah, you talking about like with the hat?
You
Yeah,
knew
yeah,
they wear.
yeah,
He knew how to
yeah.
dress and stuff.
Yeah, he does know how to
Mhm.
dress. He knows how to
Yeah.
dress very nice. He has a podcast now.
Yeah,
Really?
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, have you not seen it?
No.
Have you not seen the interview with
Oh,
where there's
I know who you're talking about.
Brittany Renner?
Nah.
What?
Do you know who Brittany Renner is?
yeah, yeah.
He did an interview with her. He did an interview with
Krishan, I saw that
Charles
Oh shit.
Charles White. You know who that is?
Yeah, yeah.
You know who that
that?
is?
Nah.
You don't know Charles White?
Nah. Oh wait, Charleston White.
Charleston White.
Yeah,
That's what I meant to say. Charleston
yeah.
White.
Yeah, bro, he's a fucking.
Yes,
no, but I
sir.
low key though. Even though I just. He's funny and he knows how
Uh-huh.
to he knows how to stir people up, kind of
Yeah.
like Donald Trump did.
For sure.
But you can't say that he's not telling the truth though. And that's the part that I hate.
Oh,
is that,
God, dude.
He's telling the truth and he's very truthful. He just like the way he go about it sometimes he just
That's like
He's
Andrew
blunt.
Tate.
yeah.
That's exactly like Andrew Tate. He'd
Yeah.
be saying some crazy
But
shit, and
Charleston
then you're
White
like,
take that
whoa.
shit to another level though. Like
He takes
be
it to a whole
talking
nother level.
Reckless, like he be talking reckless, but you can't deny that he's telling the truth though. Like
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of the things that happen in the black community are caused by the black community. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
And
we need
bro,
somebody
that's
in
what we
there
was talking about before this.
we need
For
somebody
sure.
in there that kind of like Charleston White. Everybody needs a Charleston White that's willing to just say it like that because people need to hear that.
Yeah, for
what I'm
real,
saying?
because people won't tell how to. That's why I was saying that I'm a big advocate of Thomas Sowell, because
wait, who?
Thomas Sowell, the guy that I was showing you that wrote that book.
Oh yes, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he wrote Black Rednecks and White Liberals, that book, and he wrote The Social Justice Fallacies, basically
Yeah.
saying how systematic racism is, not what people say that it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a. I feel like it's more of a mental trap than anything right now.
Yeah.
In this generation, at least, I feel like low key, most of the people talking about us being suppressed is like black people right now, and I feel like the second that we kind of break out of that mentality and start like taking control over what we have control over, it's over with.
I feel like you see a lot of that in Charlotte. Do you?
Not so much. Not in the shit. Not the group I hang with. I tell you that much. Shit. We all know. Everybody that I know is focused and getting to it. You know what I'm saying? That's more so like an overarching. It's kind of like every other major argument that you see in the social media, the propaganda and shit like that. Like it's a very small group of people with a very large voice. Especially the youth, like the people that I hang with, the majority of the people that I hang with, we all have the same mentality, and that's we're not held back by nobody. Everybody's gonna get to it, and we can do whatever we want to, create whatever we want to. You know what I'm
So
saying?
y'all think of basically like the same way,
Yeah, I mean, like that's what I'm saying.
especially like your views on that.
Yeah, like nobody in my circle feels oppressed, and I'm glad because I couldn't hang with them. You feel me? Because
For sure.
the second that you let that mindset infiltrate, you know what I'm saying, you kind of just continue that generational curse. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So we don't play that. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's so important. You know what I'm saying? The first thing that you can attack, the only oppression that ever took place in general was in your mind.
Sure.
It's always been mental. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we can't accept that.
Yeah, and that's what I was telling you earlier. Like whenever the problems in like the minority groups and in the black community especially all started happening like 100 years after slavery was abolished.
Yeah, and this is what I was saying. I don't feel like I obviously don't know all the facts associated with it, just because my history is the Holy Bible. So I really try not to pay too much attention to like recent events, as far like recent being the last 500 years.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like we took something not minuscule because it was very important to American history, but on the grand scheme of things, like it didn't define who I was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like the main thing that happened to us during that period was the lack of education, because Egypt and all these different African countries were like the epicenter of knowledge at one point, and the only thing they took away from us was knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But with that knowledge, with that, now that knowledge is at our disposal, we have no reason to say that we're oppressed. Once you get that knowledge back, you can do anything you want.
I just hate that whenever people say that a minority group is oppressed, that they usually highlight it as they're oppressed because they are minorities and what they are as a race or what they are as a group instead of who they are as a person. I really, really, really dislike that because
even the word minority is like minority to who?
Or minority,
scale?
yeah,
Like,
just that word in general, exactly.
Yeah, it's like.
Well, I mean, also I do understand it because
like in the America,
whenever they're talking, whenever they're referring to minorities, they're saying like anybody besides white people. That's what they say. That's what they.
We gotta change our language as a people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I definitely agree with that.
It's like it starts with the mentality.
But at the same time, people won't even have that conversation. And I completely agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, people won't have that conversation.
But people won't have that conversation, and then they won't even. Yeah, first of all, they won't have that conversation because they don't want to say they don't want to offend nobody. First of all,
that, bro. I feel like saying that you're a minority or like saying that you're being held back by another race is a crutch.
First, it really, really is.
Achieve what you're really supposed to achieve. If you really want to go out there and get it, no one can stop you. There's not a single force on this planet that could stop me from being the person that I want to be.
No, absolutely.
I don't care who it is. I don't care how big they are. I don't care what color their skin is. You feel me?
And then people will argue against that as well.
That's cool with me.
That's what sucks about it is because they will argue against that.
Yeah.
And then they don't realize that their own talking points is contradicting itself because it's saying because really whenever we're having this conversation we are talking about equity over equality.
Yeah. That's
what people start off with whenever they have this argument is because they advocate for equity over equality. Does that make sense? And you can't have
facts.
You can't have equality if you have equity, if that makes sense, because you're basically going against equality because equity, you know what equity is, right?
Not as much as I know what equality is.
So equality means that everybody is the same, just period.
Yeah.
Everybody should be treated as equals.
Yeah, 100%.
And that is what equality is, and I 100% advocate for that.
Yeah.
But equity is that you need to take away from the blessed and give to the less fortunate in order for them to be at the same level that the people that are more fortunate is at. And I do understand that.
I understand it because don't get me wrong, the entire country of America was like at one point 400 years ago I would have been a slave. You feel me? The playing field is different for a lot of people. Not everybody, but there are a lot of people that did become rich based on what happened during that time period. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that giving me like money. I don't feel like giving me money would change that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like once you give someone the equality, basically the ability to attain knowledge, in equal opportunity, of course, like I have the same opportunity to do something. There's no doors that's closed from me that's open to someone else. Once that's been achieved, everything else is left to my discretion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that's equality. Like I feel like the door should be open. I can walk in any door that I so choose to. And now that I'm able to do so, you know what I'm saying?
See, and that the problem is that, like you said, they are the people that we're talking about here whenever they're going against what you're saying is they are not advocating for equality of opportunity. They are advocating for equality of outcome.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, like, that's basically goes along with the gender pay gap as well because they want the women to be paid the same as men, even though on average men will work more hours and then they'll do more. They'll put more time and effort that it takes in order to get to a certain position than women will on average, even though the opportunity is still there and they can accomplish the same amount if they choose to, but they do not.
Here's the thing. There may be, at some level, some sort of racism that I don't know about. You know what I'm saying? There may be some doors that are closed based on race that I don't know about. You feel me? But until I see one of those doors, I'm going to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when it comes to the gender pay gap, if you are capable of making the same amount of money as me and you choose not to do the work to do that, then that's you. You feel me? If you're given the same opportunity, and is there a pay gap? Like, is there actual like?
Oh yeah, there's actually a real pay gap, but
I mean, like, based on like if they're both working the same job, the same exact job.
No, absolutely not. No.
Okay, then that's a.
If they're both working the same exact jobs, same exact hours, then and actually it may even be proved that. Because at the same time, if that was true, if there is actually a gender pay gap just strictly based off of discrimination of women, then and women are actually getting paid less just because they're women, why in the fuck isn't every entrepreneur only hiring women because it's going to be cheaper? Is it not?
Bro, what the fuck? I've never heard that take before in my life. But
it's going to be cheaper, bro. So why in the fuck are they not just, if they're going to be doing the same exact jobs, why in the fuck are they not just hiring all women to do the whole entire job of everything?
Damn, I didn't even
Because it's going to be cheaper.
Yeah, that's funny as fuck.
And
that's true, though.
If they're going to be doing the same exact thing for a cheaper rate, then why the fuck aren't they hiring women for everything?
That's funny. I didn't even think about that, bro.
Bro, and I feel like all this just ties in like, bro, we just need to come together like as a people, man. I feel like there's so much on social media of people just arguing, and I feel like we're really divided, like men and women, different races. Like we're all arguing, but like
the only divide,
really we just need to come together, man. And it's like,
well, bro,
when we're together, we're more powerful. And
well, bro, that's why I've chose to read the books that I have as well. And to learn the things that I've learned, and that's not me being arrogant, like I fucking know that goes back to what I was saying. You know, that's not me being arrogant and saying that I fucking know everything. But I chose to learn the things that I know, and I chose to learn those things because of what you're just saying right there. Is because people believe things that are not even true. Yeah. And they don't even know why they believe those things. So I took all this time to learn a whole bunch of shit because I wanted to get down to the bottom of it, to the truth of it, because people aren't having these conversations. And there are a bunch of conversations that absolutely need to be had in order to overcome the problems that we're talking about right now and why we're divided. So that's one of the biggest problems that people are divided on because... and like you said, you don't really come across many people that will disagree with what you're saying. But me being in this space and then having a vocal opinion about a bunch of different things, there will be people that will disagree with me, and especially. Actually, most of the time behind closed doors. And a shout out to Sam. I'm so sorry, Sam Snyder. I fuck with you, Sam. But she's from Boone, too, and she disagrees with most things that I say. But shout out to her and much respect to her for actually sitting down on this podcast and actually disagreeing with me.
Those are the best people
on the podcast, and she was actually going back and forth with me. And we wasn't arguing, we was just having a friendly disagreement.
Debate.
Because, you know, she's a very good friend of mine, and... we disagree on those things, but she was able to sit here and talk about it respectfully with me,
being able to like communicate, without
even joke around, exactly. And we have no sort of animosity towards each other, even though that we disagree with things. But I also would like to understand why people disagree with certain things and their point of view. And most of the time, whenever people will disagree with what I'm saying, they don't have a good enough argument. So then they're not gonna get on the podcast with me, or they're not gonna have an actual debate with me on the camera in front of the public, because they don't even know how to. First of all, they don't know how to articulate the talking point that they are supposedly debating. First of all, and second of all, they don't even have the knowledge to back up whatever they're saying, and they don't even know the facts behind or the logic behind what they're saying is actually truth.
Yeah.
So it's not really an objective reality to them. It's just whatever somebody, like we was talking about earlier in the podcast, people will just look at whatever somebody says that they like on social media, and then they'll believe whatever that they say from a political perspective. Like Taylor Swift, she's supporting Biden. So then all of her Swifties are going to be supporting her just because she supports him. So then that's a big ass. That's how it goes
in this country,
and they don't even know the arguments behind what he stands for or what, you know. And that's not just because I completely disagree with everything that he says, but it's to say that it's just to prove the point even further. That
I've always felt like politics is crazy, bro. Like the fact that like you think that you can distill all of your opinions into one side or the other side, bro. It's insane to me, man.
For real.
Because it's like, like obviously, like I'm gonna have some ideas if I'm a person that thinks and I use my brain and I like look at my community. I'm gonna have some opinions that are right leaning and some opinions that are left leaning.
Absolutely.
Like not all of your opinions should be in one or the other category.
For real.
I feel like that's not even like healthy. And like forcing people to like choose the better option out of the two. It's just it never sat right with me.
Well, that's how the thing is that the country that we're in is we have a democratic republic. So we vote for the people to make the laws. So if there is two people, or if there's two different parties, and you know these people have these sorts of values and these other people have these other sorts of values, you're going to vote based off of values. That's why I say whenever somebody asks me who I'm voting for, I'm not voting for a specific person because of that person. I'm voting based off of values, morals and values. So whichever candidate has the same morals and values or aligns the most with my morals and values, I'm gonna vote for them. Because and that's speaking as a person that's never voted before, because I've never had the knowledge that I have now, because I never really cared about it. But I do realize that it's something that people should care about, because
that's like, bro, like,
it's important.
Do you think voting even does anything? Like I don't know if that sounds uneducated, but
I think so, but
I think local voting does more.
There's a lot of people that disagree with me on that voting does something, but I think that it really does.
Really,
I think that it really, really does. If the system isn't as corrupt as people say that it is,
bro, they literally rigged the whole last election, bro. Like,
it's just hard for
it's like
people in our
facts.
generation to like believe that shit when we've seen things like that happen. You know?
For real.
Like, that's just crazy.
And even if it's been rigged, like there's a big majority of the country that didn't even vote.
Facts.
So even if it was rigged to go a certain way, they could only skew it so much before it's completely and utterly out there that they actually did rig it. You know, because you can say that you rigged it, but there's going to be people that push against that said that it didn't.
But the thing is, like, there was still people voting on either side. You know what I'm saying? It's not like everybody was leaning one way and then they rigged it to go another way. It's like people are already split and then they rigged it on top of that to be leaning, you know what I'm saying, to Biden during that period. That's what it felt like. And that's what I mean, that's literally what happened. You know what I'm saying? With all the ghost ballots that happened, all the dead people voting. Shit like that.
People will vote with their wallet.
Yeah.
So they say.
That's wild.
It really is wild. But I think that it's something that should be talked about.
Yeah.
For real.
So you're voting this time around?
I'm voting this time for sure. 110%.
It's gonna be your first time voting.
It's gonna be my first time voting. Because last time I did, or any time before that I was able to vote, I never did because I was not educated enough.
Facts.
And I really truly believe that I wasn't. And maybe I'm not as educated as I wish to be, but I feel like I'm more educated than I was, and I'm educated enough to make an educated decision.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah. I have to do like more research on the candidates, but I don't really know too much about it right now outside of the two pillars that we have.
And that goes back to what you were saying too. Like, you're not gonna agree with everything that all those candidates say. You're just gonna vote based off of your values. And even though both of them, you will disagree with both of them on a lot. Like, I disagree with Trump on a lot of things, and I disagree with Biden on everything. You know.
Facts though.
So I'm going to, you know, vote
like
with my
Biden,
values.
Like, bro, why is someone that old our leader? At the same time, like,
But hey, at the same time, people all will make the argument, you know, Trump isn't that much younger.
Yeah.
He's only like 2 years younger than Biden.
But it's like Biden is a clear example that the president does not run the country because there's no way that he's making a logical decision.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like, not even trying to be funny. Like, he literally is not coherent enough to run an entire country.
Most
You know,
definitely.
Like, realistically,
sometimes when he'll be trying to give a speech or something, but he'll like stumble over his words for 30 seconds straight.
Yeah,
For real.
Space out.
And then he'll walk off stage in the middle of his. You know, I'm like,
he actually
he'll fall up the stairs of the Air Force. He'll go up Air Force One, and he'll fall up the stairs.
like, bro, that is the leader of the free world.
Seriously.
Bro.
That's crazy.
And he actually had a press conference. I don't know if it was today or yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He actually had a press conference, and he was getting mad at the reporters because they was asking him questions about his cognitive abilities and about his memory. And then he was getting so pissed off that they was asking him that, first of all, and second of all, you could tell he was getting even more pissed off that he couldn't articulate
his anger,
his anger towards them because he can't do that anymore.
Bro, he needs to relax, bro.
Bro, he needs to retire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, can
he
he
should
like
be
Can he forfeit a term if he's just like, no, I just don't want to be
like
president.
resign in a sense. Maybe.
But
I guess
then we're gonna have Kamala.
Yo, yeah, facts though. Yeah, it's not too much better.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, and even like Gavin Newsom, I don't know if y'all know who that is.
Not a chance.
He is the governor of California.
Yeah.
And you know, I disagree with mostly everything that he says too, but bro is sharp.
He is.
I ain't gonna lie, dude. He's a very sharp politician. Like he can strongly articulate what he's saying, and he will actually make you believe whatever he's saying, even though it's a hunk of bullshit.
Oh, he's one of those.
He's like a salesman.
He's a politician.
Most
literally.
definitely,
He's a politician.
he's an actual a politician.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like you said, like we was talking about how there's two sides. You know, like that's why I look at myself as an independent because there's politicians on both sides.
Yeah.
So they're gonna just play the part just to get the power, and they're gonna say whatever the hell that they want to say, or whatever the hell that they need to say in order to get into that position of power and stay in that position of power. So that's how politics works.
Yeah, that made me think because I don't know. This is so random, but why go to Epstein's Island? Like, do you think? No, this is the reason I asked that though, because you know that so many of those presidential names were on that thing, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, are they getting power from going there? Or
Hey, bro,
is it
see,
like
this is why we're gonna go down the rabbit hole here.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is with that, have you ever heard of Bohemian Grove?
Yes. Yeah, I've heard of Bohemian.
So
Grove.
that's basically the same thing.
Oh,
It's
literally.
basically the same. Do you know the specifics behind Bohemian Grove?
No, I just know that rich people used to meet up there and do like dances and shit.
Just do dances. No, they basically did sacrifices of children.
Really?
Really, supposedly they did sacrifices of children, and they would worship an owl god, which is basically a demon.
Yeah.
And this is actually real shit. And so they will worship that demon and sacrifice to that demon the children, and supposedly they drank the blood of the child. And the reason that they do that is because of it's like sacrifice, just basically any sort of sacrifice, satanic sacrifices that people do or that you hear about, and it's basically masked up with an owl god.
But why though?
Why is because children are you ever seen Monsters Inc.?
Yeah, like yeah.
So you know how they had to get the screams of children and get the terrified children to fill up the scare tanks in order to open the doors to the next dimensions? Same thing.
Damn, that's terrifying,
Dude. And what's so crazy?
There's people tied in some really weird shit. And
Bro, it's wild as fuck. A lot of that shit is super satanic.
Yeah.
And like, if you don't believe in that shit, that is a more enough reason to believe in shit like that.
Yeah.
And they literally do a lot of the shit that they do out of pure evil. And see, the thing is that whenever you are about to, this is going to sound crazy, and parental advisor warning, this is about to get gory. Whenever they kill a child or scare a child enough, and it's basically, there's a lot of hidden shit in, like, you can look this up. There's a lot of hidden shit in Disney movies based off of this.
I've heard about this. I've seen like a video like breaking this down.
Because there's a lot of people that are involved in those Disney movies, like elite people that, you know, basically go hand in hand with it. And or just the movie industry in general. But anyways, they'll scare the kids, and apparently the feelings that they have of being terrified or scared put something in their blood to make it more to give it some sort of, I don't know, to give it something that like it didn't have before, that only children can produce.
Or wasn't it called like adrenochrome or something?
Something like that. You know what I'm talking about.
That's like the one that like makes you like
younger.
Yeah, younger. Like
exactly.
That's sick.
Or more immortal.
I don't even know if that shit is real though. Like,
no, it's it's real if you're sacrificing.
Damn.
No, like it actually is real, and like
it's just sick.
It's out of pure evil.
Do you think that's bigger than just America?
Well, I don't think anyone does anything.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone does anything out of pure evil. I think you just have motives behind why you're doing things.
No,
I think at the top.
I disagree.
You think someone? You think
pure evil?
Someone can be pure evil?
Hell yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Why?
Yeah, for sure. Because
why would someone say I just want to be pure evil?
I don't think that it's why does the devil say that he wants to do things out of pure evil? He gets satisfaction from it.
Well, no, I feel like I feel like you do things because you want a reward, and then the reward that just happens to be evil. I don't think anyone wants to be evil.
Nah, I think that the devil, just like God, the devil works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, I feel like
God, the devil will portray godlike abilities, but can never be God. So that's why he's so angry. You can call it
envious. But you can call it envy a motive. I guess you want to say that's the motive behind it. But I feel like
I don't think anyone just wakes up and says, "I'm gonna be pure evil."
Like, no, I don't think that it's a conscious decision. That's being made.
Yeah. That's
I
what
think
I'm saying.
that
That's what I'm saying.
they just have
true.
They're just pure evil.
I think they have evil.
So their motives,
like they're doing
to be evil for a reason.
It is evil, but they want things out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you. Yeah.
But is that the same reason why you'd be good though?
So
why you would be good?
Yeah.
So it's a similar reason. Like I guess like it is motivated by something. I guess you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think it is possible though.
I wish that we knew more about like I don't even know the whole thing behind all the story about Bohemian Grove or like the same thing that was happening with Epstein's Island. Well, first of all, it's the closest thing to God that you can get.
What?
A child. Because first of all, their blood is pure, and they have not been, after, I think they say like after nine, they're not as valuable anymore because they have been, it is crazy, and because they have been more exposed to society and more indoctrinated in the societal values.
Dude, that kind of reminds me of like the argument that I have with some of my friends a lot, which is anything really bad?
Is anything really bad?
Yeah.
So, like, whenever we're talking about on like a geopolitical level, I think that a lot of the intentions behind the quote unquote bad things that happen are not what it's said to be. So, because whenever we're fighting wars, we're going with it's good side versus bad side. Good being us against them. And then they're always going to associate them as bad.
Yeah.
But, are they really bad for doing the things that they are doing?
Exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Right.
Maybe they're not intentionally trying to be bad.
And it's like bad things spur good things and good things spur bad things.
Yeah. Like y'all.
Like 9/11 made us think like, oh shit, like we need to protect. And then we got TSA out of that. So now, like, 9/11 doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Like, 9/11 was bad. Like, I'm not saying it wasn't, but it's like, I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying?
You're getting You're getting good things out of a bad situation.
Do you think the 9/11 was planned?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I think so.
It was an inside job for sure.
Yeah, because I feel like TSA
Based on the
is
evidence.
such a small like piece of the puzzle. I feel like out of 9/11 they got like enhanced surveillance on everybody and the ability to tap phones and things like that.
You ever heard of Edward Snowden?
Yeah, good man.
Yeah, that is crazy. He's off of the he had to move to Russia or something.
He's not here. Where's
I think
he
he's in the UK right now.
Is he really?
He's alive.
Huh?
Yeah, he's
alive.
alive.
Oh yeah, he's alive.
He's alive.
But I don't think that there's any history of him being alive. I think that they wiped his Social Security.
They wiped everything.
I'm pretty sure. I very well could be wrong on that, but like they basically turned him into like he's not a citizen anymore, and there's no.
Wait, who is he?
There's
He
no.
can't come
back.
He can't come back, and then there's no evidence of him because I think he basically committed. What is it?
Like espionage.
Espionage, basically.
Just by what?
Basically,
like, because he was
a whistleblower.
He gave away state secrets. That's as much as I know.
And them doing that, they validated every single argument.
Well, he's the reason that we know that the government has 24/7 surveillance on us.
Oh, he's the reason.
He's the reason.
Oh, shit.
So we would have no idea that
your phone can
like the government can look at you through your phone or camera, or like, they have surveillance on street corners constantly 24/7. Like he's the reason that we know that is actually the case.
They probably have a database for every single person in the nation,
and they do.
Like they have like a whole team that's employed to just
they definitely do
survey.
I think
there's
more. It's probably run by AI, most likely. It's just
maybe now, CIA.
Do you think that there's a sentient AI yet, like a completely?
I saw some
AI?
shit. I saw some shit where it was like scientists just figured out how to they manufactured a brain and then let AI control the manufactured brain or some shit like that.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yo,
let me see if I can find that.
It's class. I'm sure there's very advanced things that we won't know about for many years. This goes into more like if you want to talk to me about something like geopolitics. I mean, like politics, affecting the globe, or like military technology. That's kind of
he knows about a lot of that.
That's my
shit.
forte.
Yeah.
So when it comes to things like that, it's probably classified. But I would say that there's probably some sort of experimental sentient AI that is already out there. If what we have right now,
I'm sure,
in the public eye can write an essay and do these things for you. We already have supercomputers. We actually have quantum computers already.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me that like a lot of the technology that we'll see 25 to 50 years from now, we probably already have like an experimental prototype of it, but it's kept under wraps for state secrets and just not to freak the public out.
Yeah,
because it would bring up a lot of debates about like morality and should this be allowed.
Yeah.
You know,
it's that big.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure.
Like even with things like with military technology, there's like big state secrets with it. Like you ever heard like the SR 71 like Blackbird?
Nah.
Okay, so like this plane was developed in the 60s, and it was actually used as like a spy plane to spy over the Soviet Union. Well, this plane still holds the record of being the fastest jet on the planet, even though it was developed like 6 decades ago. We're just now starting to find out about it, like the technical specifications. Like it's been it was top secret, and then now it's been declassified.
Yeah,
and they're actually working on like a new one. And what we also have like we already have space platforms that are weapons. We already have spaceships, but we don't
space lasers.
Space lasers. We already have stuff like that, but it's kept under wraps. So, like a lot of the stuff that is top secret now, we won't figure out about until like probably we're in our 70s, and that includes AI. There, like I said, there probably already is like a semi-sentient AI that's run by a supercomputer that does some sort of spying, because it's just a lot more convenient.
I have to ask you, do you think that the way that we've evolved technologically, do you feel like that's the only path to evolution as far as like brain, like smarts? Like, do you feel like, because you look at like places like ancient Egypt and all these other places that seem to have a large amount of knowledge, and you look at all the libraries that have been burnt down, do you feel like there was another path to evolution that did not involve technology?
Oh yeah.
Well, there was a library called the Library of Alexandria, and it was burnt down. And I think a lot of knowledge was lost. Like even during the like the Dark Ages, like Middle Ages.
Yeah.
So you had Rome, and then after that you had like the Dark Ages. So like a lot of knowledge was lost. So I feel like society has had like technological advancements, and then because of maybe a war, a lot of the knowledge has been lost. So like instead of us like going on a curve like this, it's kind of like if you look at the stock market, it's kind of like that where we regress and then we pick back up again. I'd say probably I'd say more than likely that there probably is a path for like maybe like a spiritual one in a sense.
My first thought would be like one that had to do with like obviously spiritual most likely, but vibration. Like it's like the main pillar of like the technological advancement. Understanding
and then to AI,
like even with warp drives, it has to do with vibration. So
what's
like
a warp drive?
A warp drive is a way what you would do is that you would bend basically the reality around a spaceship to enable it to move faster than the speed of light. So like a wormhole.
Yeah.
So it bends gravity.
It basically bends.
So
gravity.
if you bend gravity, you can bend time.
Yeah, you can bend time. So like even the faster you go, the slower time. Like or the faster you go. So like if you were going like close to the speed of light, I think that the like say for example, if you were going from one star system to another close to the you can't go faster than the speed of light, like unless you were to take like a wormhole or something, which is like totally. I can't explain it because it's beyond my comprehension, but the faster you go, the faster time would speed up. So like essentially, and I think you understand this too. Is like if you were to go at that close to the speed of light, when you would like let's say like you went at the speed of light to Alpha Centauri, which is like the closest star system, which is like 4 light years away, and then you were to come back. Time would have went by like almost twice as fast.
Yeah, so everybody around you would be older than you are.
So
even though that you're still living on human time. So and then our concept of time is just based off of how many times that we go around the sun. So that's our concept of time. So basically, we would lose concept of time because we are going at a speed of light, so we're traveling and basically bending the time around us.
I'm so glad I brought this fucking pack of shrooms, bro. Imagine. No, but seriously.
So like everybody back at home is going to be like living on their time, and they're going to be living faster than you are.
That's so crazy, bro.
Have you ever seen Buzz Lightyear? The new Buzz Lightyear movie?
No, I haven't.
Well, the new Buzz Lightyear movie has some gay shit in it.
Okay.
But, so, other than that...
What the fuck?
Other than that, like, I'm dead ass serious.
Yeah.
But other than that, it actually tells you, like, and it gets basically that right about the time, because he's trying to go at a speed of light. You know, he's trying to go at a speed of light, and he finally accomplishes it, and then he comes back, and then everybody's way older than he is.
Oh, wow.
So... That's and there's only been like a couple things that I've seen that's actually got it right, because I took the time to understand a lot of how like time, like not a lot, and strength, a little bit of string theory too, because that kind of goes along with space and time and like the fabric of everything, the fabric of time, or the fabric of time, because a lot of it's basically a theory based off of the science and math. But anyways, so there's a bunch of different movies that talk about time and how it works. Like, you know, there's a basic rule of time. Like, if you go back in time, you can't interact with yourself, or your whole shit will be fucked up.
Yeah,
the president will get, and then there's a big, like, I don't know the technological terms of a lot of it, but I can kind of comprehend it a little bit enough to kind of explain certain things. But then have you ever seen the Avengers?
Yeah, Endgame.
You've seen Endgame?
Yeah.
And the ones where they went back in time.
Yep.
So they actually got a lot of that right to an extent. And the other one that they kind of got right is Back to the Future.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. A little bit. They just couldn't interact with themselves. But the thing that they got wrong was what they didn't get wrong is that they interacted with the past, and then it changed the future. what they did in the past changed everything in the future, all the events that happened in the future. So then they had to go back to the future, and then the whole future was fucked up. So then they had to go back to the past to figure out why, to figure out a whole bunch of different things, and then so it impacted the future.
That's wild.
Fuck this whole conversation because it's really a brain fuck.
No, that's wild though. But
like,
these are the type of conversations I like though.
They say that it's actually possible to go back in time.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
But there definitely has to be rules to it too.
Yeah, about to say there's a lot of ways to mess everything up. I'm pretty
like
sure.
Stephen Hawking said that it's possible, but it's not practical.
Mm-hmm.
So like if it were to happen,
there's no reason to do it. Pretty much.
Basically, but I mean,
if you could go back in time, would you like kill Hitler?
Nah.
Yeah.
That's such a loaded question.
No, you're good, bro.
You're a Nazi.
God damn. Fuck, bro.
Fuck you. I'm part Jewish.
Yeah, that's awesome. He's the first one to go.
God.
Oh Lord.
Fuck.
Hey, bro, you're the second one to go.
Nah, shit.
I'm the third one to go. I'm the ginger brother. He's the last one to go. He's lucky.
Damn, bro. What?
Damn is right, bro. Fuck that Tom conversation. Yeah, fuck that. Because I know like the surface level shit of it. But the shit's so fucking complicated that whenever I start talking about it, I just feel like I sound stupid as fuck.
No, bro.
Because seriously,
it's so much to kind of like try to think. It's such a broad and like vast topic that so much of it's unknown. Is like you have to kind of have those conversations and get those thoughts off to kind of come up with something.
I feel like Seth knows way more about that shit than I do. Because like time, like how that shit works. Like I read Stephen Hawking's book, A Brief History of Time.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it kind of doesn't align with the Bible.
Really?
So it's kind of, and I like to believe that I believe the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I kind of believe what he's saying because it's based off of science and math.
Mm-hmm.
But, a lot of the times that is to discredit the Bible instead of aligning with the Bible.
Yeah.
Bro, there's just so much we don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck everything, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, fuck everything.
Yeah, the universe is a lot bigger than what we know it to be. But there's a certain point where, like, they call it the observable universe, which means that the light that has reached back to us through telescopes, it might be only a fraction of the actual size of the universe because it takes billions of years for that light to actually, because it is at the speed of light. But it might take billions of years for it to even reach, before it becomes a light in the night sky. So, like, all the stars that we see at night, they might not even exist anymore.
That's so fucking wild, bro.
Yeah, because the light, we're just seeing the light from a star that was from billions of years ago.
Yeah.
It might not be. It might be sucked into a black hole already, and like we don't know. So, like, even if you send a spaceship out there to it
to go see it,
you might just run to a black hole, and then you'll be sucked into the black hole, and then.
But going back,
where you go after that.
Going back to the AI thing, because that just made me think about the AI thing, because the AIs will eventually figure a lot of that shit out, because they'll eventually advance technology in a way that we won't be able to.
Y'all getting that brain implant?
I was about to say, do you think our only option is to like join in with AI because it's just too far ahead?
You can't beat them, join them. No,
God.
Are you getting it?
Fuck it, become a cyborg.
Actually,
you know everything, man.
I think that I would. I think
have y'all heard that?
I can't do it.
That story where it's like there's like an AI and it's like if you know about it, you have to help build it, and if you don't help build it, it'll kill you.
Oh whoa!
Oh shit!
Whoa!
I'm about to fuck y'all up, low key.
Hey, bro.
I can use yours.
But I think.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, you're good.
I think that if I had to do that shit,
have you heard of that before?
No.
Wait, let me find it.
No, that sounds crazy. But the AIs, bro, I think if I did the Neuralink, I would have to be able to remove it manually. Mm-hmm. I couldn't have it implanted in my brain.
Be like a hard drive.
Exactly.
Like an external hard drive. You used to be like.
It would have to be an external hard drive.
Did you ever have like an Xbox 360 growing up?
Yeah.
You know how like it had like the external hard drive on the side?
Yeah.
And you just like.
I don't think it's gonna be that, bro. Like, you feel me? I think it's just gonna be in that. I think it's be in, bro. And that's scary because it's like, dude, who can control that?
Is it going to be like an iPhone where you have to get like a new model every year? Like have to go to surgery every year just to get like
just
a new
like the
model?
radiation near your brain can't be good for you. Like I feel like I'm gonna stay out of like the first models until they like really figure that shit out. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just let y'all do your thing until you got it. Like,
I'll let these guys be the test subject.
Like the guinea pigs, basically.
The test rats.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Whoa. But with the AI, I'll wait till Seekie comes back in here.
Yeah.
Because, bro, I actually have I actually disagree with all of y'all.
About
Fuck
what?
yeah. About AIs.
You would just get it?
Huh?
You would just get the transplant?
No, I'm talking about just AIs in general.
Like, what
do you disagree?
I don't think that they can be sentient. I don't think that there's no way for an AI to be sentient.
But why not?
The reason is because we don't understand human consciousness.
Eventually, we're gonna figure it out.
Well, if that's
there's so much,
and AI is gonna be smart enough to like figure it out on its own.
First of all, we don't understand we don't understand most of the human brain and how it really works. First of all, and second of all, we can't measure consciousness.
True. Wait, sidebar though. So Roko's I don't know. Yes, Roko. So Roko's basilisk is a thought experiment which states that an otherwise benevolent artificial superintelligence in the future would be incentivized to create a virtual reality simulation to torture anyone who knew of its potential existence but did not directly contribute to its advancements or development. And
That's
so
terrifying.
And so it's like, in order to incentivize said advancement,
it would have to be conscious. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying that I don't
you
think
that's
that
possible.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that an AI can be conscious. I don't think that it's possible because
it doesn't have to be conscious to like.
No, I think that it has to be.
Why?
I feel like
it has to be because it has to make.
There's a degree of randomness that I feel like it's kind of unachievable. So like, I mean, it may be possible, but I feel like they wouldn't be able to completely simulate. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It has to be aware of what it's doing, first of all, in order to do that.
Yeah.
Because it would have to do what it's doing out of intent. So if it has no consciousness, then it has no intent off of what it's doing unless it's made by a person. And even if it's made by a person...
But robots have intent. Like its intention is to do...
But they are not consciously intentional.
But what if it could be told
so
to
they
do
are,
something?
they are only told...
What if the humans are programming it to attack the people that didn't help it?
Like it's programmed with the intention of completing a particular task.
You see that stuff with military hardware. Like, so they have this sort of dilemma with like, okay, so the U.S. has like there's a company called DARPA, and they also have. You ever heard of like Boston Dynamics?
Yeah.
So like
they created that dog.
They created that dog, but they also
the robot dog.
Yeah.
But there's also
it's like the first of its
there's
kind.
military implications for it too. Also, is it's the friend or foe tag. So like when you have a fighter jet, right? It's up in the sky, and you have missiles that lock onto another aircraft. It will not lock on to an aircraft that is from that same nation. So,
really?
Yeah. So it's called the friend or foe tag. So like what they're trying to do right now is to be able to create like an AI autonomous robot, whether it be ground based or in the air like a UAV, that's able to be able to identify U.S. troops between the enemy, and they're wanting to give it. There's always someone at the other end that has the kill switch to be able to give it the go ahead to go ahead and kill the target, shoot the missile, or like especially in the Middle East, like with like UAV, like drone strikes. They want to get to a point where they don't have to employ somebody on the other side.
That's fucking bro. Like, is that okay? Like,
I don't know.
Because they say that like obviously technology, like they believe that it will make the most smart decision possible because of its parameters. But I just feel like that's so terrifying for a person to not be in control of it.
Future conflicts will probably be determined by you'll probably have a mix of ground troops and drones, autonomous drones that will do the killing for you. So like in Ukraine, we like a lot of the you'll see. I go on Reddit. And I watch a forum it's called the Combat Forum, and
He just watches everybody get killed.
It's on Reddit.
Yeah,
What's it called?
It's called.
Yeah, we watched that.
Yeah. If you go on Reddit, you sign in, and you look at something it's called Combat Forum, and it will be nothing but combat footage from all around the world. But
Yes,
the majority of it is combat footage from Ukraine because it's like the main. It is the main conflict.
It's like the first big war that's really been able to be
since World War II, and
it's the only one that's been able to be like fully recorded.
Because a lot of the time you're seeing it from a drone footage, or actually, matter of fact, it's either drone footage or GoPro, so it's on the soldier's like helmet.
Imagine you like GoProing the entire thing.
Yeah, you're like live streaming
it.
It's a live streamed war.
Yeah, it's a podcast. We're like having a podcast, and there's a war behind us.
Yo, thanks for the dono. We're like, what the fuck, like, bro?
I can buy another magazine of ammo now. Like,
yes, sir.
What?
Thanks for the like you're sitting out like thanks, man. Thanks for the med kit.
So they actually record it, like for real. They record it, and like you can watch videos of
you can watch entire battles play out.
Hey, bro, but the thing is with the AI shit is that if we're deploying something that is AI, the difference between, say, because the American military is different between different militaries, if you would. Mm-hmm. So if there is a command that's being given, then the people that are receiving the command can actually talk about the command that's been given, and they can go against that command if the majority of them basically voted on it and said, we don't think that this command is the proper command. So they can basically overrule that command if it's talked about and it's actually.
You know what's interesting too is that I think they brought with UAVs and stuff like that. They probably have like AI that observes the UAV to see if there's any like discrepancies in like how it should actually act on the battlefield.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. So like, it's not the person behind, like the operator isn't actually operating it, but he's just kind of reviewing to see if the AI does what it needs to do.
Yeah,
and like.
That's so much power in the hands of no one's hands. Like,
it's just
that's ridiculous.
It's autonomous, bro. And like there was actually a warship a Russian warship that was sunk recently, and it was done by just drones. And what it was, these drones, they were like boats they're like little. You ever play like Call of Duty and you have like a little RC car?
Yeah.
Well, think of that, but as a boat with like 500 pounds of explosive, taking down like a 200-foot long ship.
Sweet.
And actually, I watched it on
That's
Reddit.
How
like
wars are playing out now.
Yeah. I watched it like a whole video of it happening a week ago.
Boat like just destroying. Like, bro, what?
Yeah, no, that actually happened.
Imagine sticking like dynamite to a toy boat.
Yeah, a toy boat, and it blew up a whole warship.
Yeah,
bro,
imagine putting 10 tons of C4 on a fucking small little toy boat.
And the people on the boat were shooting at it, and you actually got to see the ship sink.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's kind of spooky.
Damn, bro, that's terrifying. Bro.
Yeah, that's spooky.
That's scary.
And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that are like enlisting in the war, not realizing just how far it's come.
They're fucked. Like,
whoa,
no, because you'll have you'll see drones and they'll just be dropping hand grenades in trenches. The dude will be sitting there like making some coffee, and the next thing you know, he gets a grenade dropped on him by a fucking RC drone.
Not even a person to fight, just a drone.
Just a drone. He's just chilling.
It's all your body.
Yeah,
like
imagine
registered.
like being chill as fuck and like you're eating dinner in a trench or some shit.
Yeah. You don't even hear it because it's a couple thousand feet up in the air. All you hear is the grenade.
You're like, what the fuck was that?
What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
And then like you hear like 10 explosions.
Damn.
Yeah,
bro,
that is what's happening in the Ukraine, and like
that's wild, bro.
When the Ukraine war first started, like a lot of people said Ukraine only had like a few days to maybe like exist but what Ukraine has actually done successfully is be able to create like a bunch of these drones. Like this year, their production number is to produce 1 million drones.
Like war drones?
Like war drones, like drones. Let's say that you have a drone, it flies around and it has like an RPG on the end of it, and it will run into
That's
a tank.
ridiculous, bro.
Whoa!
So a lot of the Russian equipment is being destroyed by these drones, and right now they do have an operator, so it's like they'll have like a like a little computer and have like joysticks on it, and he'll operate this drone and have like a battery life for like 2 hours or whatever, and it can travel for like maybe 10 miles before it goes out of like radio range. And all he'll do is he'll just fly around and he'll look for tanks or something. He'll find a tank and he'll just take the drone and fly right into the very top of the tank and blow it up.
Wow, it's a suicide drone.
It's a suicide drone, but the thing is, think about there being 1 million of them.
Like that's so
it's like an actual swarm in Call of Duty.
Yeah, and so it's
a fucking kill streak.
Yeah, like bro, what? That's
and so like you're the dude in the tank, and you get hit by one drone, it don't blow your tank up. Like okay, but
send 3 more.
What if there's like four more or 10 more that are gonna come? The dude on the other end, he's not. All he has to do is just
he's just a gamer.
He just has to.
He's just a gamer. He's just on a controller.
His buddy's got to throw the drone up in the air, and he connects to the next drone. And then it's. I mean, what are you gonna do?
That's so scary. Like being able to depersonalize human lives as if it's like a video game. Like that's not healthy. Bro.
Or even dismember people.
Good. I mean, like war isn't. Like war isn't healthy, but like.
Hey, bro. I'm telling you though.
I don't know, bro. Just like
I'm telling you. AI cannot be conscious.
You don't think it's possible?
It's not possible.
I guess we'll find out in the next 2 years, apparently.
Brother, it's not possible because there's no way.
Bro, AI's gonna like...
They can't recreate consciousness.
In the future, like, AI's gonna like have your ass in like chains and shit, and then like they're gonna be showing you this video on replay, just like AI cannot be conscious.
They're like,
AI cannot be conscious.
I told you so.
That's probably why they're collecting so much data about humans.
If they are conscious, though, if they become, if it's possible, they cool.
What if they like?
They cool people, you know.
Collecting so much data about like human activity for that simple fact, just feeding into like the knowledge base of AI,
so that they could take over the world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But like, what AI kind of needs humans. Like, why would AI take over the world?
Yeah, why would anybody do fentanyl?
Because they would think exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Greater goods, bro. Greater goods. Now they probably
it's
feel
for the
like,
greater good.
Yeah, I think they feel like they feel
Yes,
like
sir.
they probably feel like humans are imperfect and like we're a war-based species.
Yeah,
and they think like they probably could find a better way.
Like
to
some
do it.
Ultron shit. Yeah.
They're probably trying to find a better way to do it, and they think that we're the vermin on the planet.
Whenever we're nothing.
But
we're actually nothing.
What you mean?
What do you mean? What I mean?
Okay, yeah, it's the Fent talking.
Yes, sir.
All right, but
we're nothing. AI's nothing. And
is that Ice Spice?
Ice Spice? They're right there. It actually is Ice Spice.
Are you serious?
On fentanyl.
Fentanyl. Yeah, it's fentanyl Ice Spice.
That's fine. If you market it as
fentanyl
that,
spice,
I almost definitely.
Fentanyl Ice Spice. Ice Spice on Fent. By now.
No, seriously though, you need to start promoting your art like that, bro.
Oh yeah. I'm actually going to
self-portrait of Ice Spice. I mean,
eventually.
A portrait of Ice Spice.
Yeah, it's actually a portrait of me on fucking massive drugs.
Are you serious?
No.
Who is this?
That's his name is Lost and Afraid.
Lost and Afraid.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
he's lost and afraid.
That is your first
portrait.
Like portrait, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. That's cool.
I think there was another one that
it
I
really
did
does
that.
depict the emotion that you're trying to give across, though.
Or that one.
There was a time when you were kind of like on a roll with getting them framed.
Yeah.
I'm looking around. I was like, I see 1, 2, 3.
And then I realized how fucking much it costs.
Yeah,
it's expensive.
I think a lot about like titles of artwork, because I recently went to Asheville and I went to a bunch of art galleries up there.
Yeah.
And I got to like witness a lot of art like in person, and like I would always like look at the titles, and it's so interesting how like the title of the art piece can like kind of direct your mind, like where to think and like what to think about, what not to think about.
It can most definitely change your perception.
Definitely. And then like a lot of abstract artists don't title their artwork so that they leave it up to your like interpretation.
Exactly. Like a lot of my abstract work, like like especially like this right here, I title it based off of what number it is in my list. So I have a list of all my artwork and where it's all located, because all my artwork isn't here.
Yeah.
So like I have some at where I work, and then I have some at my parents' house. I have some at other people's houses.
Right.
So like I have artwork I'm trying to get it everywhere, all over the world. Eventually, that's where I'm trying to get it. But So I know where everything's at, and I have a whole list of all my artwork. So now I now name the real abstract ones that don't really, have an underlying picture to it, or like have no sort of meaning that needs to be titled to it.
Right.
So I title it Untitled, and then the number that it's placed under.
Right.
So that's like that one's like Untitled 47.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Or some shit like that.
I love that.
Yeah. So I was always interested in how like painters name their pieces. Because I walked around. I went to California for the first time ever at the West Coast. And I was in this art gallery. That's the first time I saw a Picasso piece. And I was looking at their names. Yeah. It's like, just looking at a photo, I never thought that's what would have been the title of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With music, it's like, okay, you just name after like the thesis of
Exactly.
Titles are important. Like they can really direct your mind on like how should I approach this piece of art.
You know, I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start being a little more abstract with my title names, because I feel like
For sure.
Instead of like trying to match it with the words that are said in the song, can match it with the feeling that the song gives off.
But
like,
you can use titles to like direct people, like this is what you should be thinking about when you're listening to this, or this is what you shouldn't be thinking about.
Yeah.
Do you know what Picasso piece that you seen in California? Do you know what it's called?
I don't know the names, but I got photos. Let's see. Let's play fucking painter guesser. Let's see.
Painter guesser?
Yeah. I'll be surprised as shit if you get it though.
Like I have to guess the name of the painting?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that. I only know like the real famous pieces by certain. Oh yeah, definitely. That's probably the Weeping Lady.
You're fucking hilarious. It is. It's the weeping woman with handkerchief.
Yeah.
Handkerchief.
It's a weeping woman. Yeah, he's made a lot of weeping women in his time.
That's crazy, isn't it?
He made a lot of them. Yeah. So
it sounds abusive.
Something I also think
cancel,
about with
cancel.
art for real.
Cancel. Let's cancel Picasso. Right. Dude, they had a whole. I'm sorry to interrupt you. They had a whole. This is just so I don't forget about it.
Yeah.
They had a whole Picasso exhibit in the Charlotte Museum.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the last time that I went there, the Mint Museum, which is the oldest museum in North Carolina.
I didn't know that.
And you know what I'm talking about? You know the Mint Museum?
Yeah.
So
they have free Wednesdays. I go there all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, facts, yeah.
And it's right there in the middle of Charlotte. And they had a whole Picasso exhibit there.
That's
it was
lit.
Picasso landscapes, and I seen all of them.
Really?
Yeah, that shit was awesome. It was all landscapes made by Picasso, and there was actually, I think he had one weeping lady there, and they had another famous one. Like it wasn't as famous as the original, the OG weeping woman that people talk about. But that one was pretty crazy because there's another one that I don't know what it is. It's like a lady like sitting like this.
Yeah,
and it's really pretty abstract and there's like a guy playing like a violin beside of her or some shit.
But it's really abstract?
Very abstract.
Damn, I don't know the name of it. I think I know what you're talking about.
I don't know either. It's a French name because he was a French, Spanish maybe?
Uh-huh.
He was Spanish and French, from Spain and France.
That's a hell of a combo.
Yeah, you're telling me. And his dad was an art teacher.
That's how you got into it?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I mean, obviously you would know the most about that, considering this is what
well, I mean, I don't like to say that I study other artists, but I mean, I kind of do. But I don't really study their work. I admire their work, and I don't know if I take inspiration completely from their work, because if I did, I would try to make my work look like theirs.
Yeah.
But
Facts, I agree.
Yeah, because just like rap, like I noticed if I started to really study an artist, and then I started to, whenever I was rapping and I started to really get into it, I would actually try to match what I was making based off of them.
Subconsciously.
So subconsciously, and then I would try to basically recreate it.
Have y'all heard the Picasso napkin story?
No.
Really? So
he made a drawing on a napkin and then gave it to some lady or something.
No. So he was in a restaurant, right? And he was just like, he took out like whatever he uses to do like a little sketch. He does like a little sketch on a napkin, and then he goes to throw it away. And there's a lady there, and she's like, wait, like, you're Picasso, right? Can I like have that napkin? You're just gonna throw it away? And he was like, no. And she was like, what? Why? Like, you're gonna throw it away anyway? And he was like, And she was like, besides, it just took you like 5 minutes. Like, it's whatever. And he was like, no, it took me 40 years to draw this in 5 minutes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure. Definitely.
That's a hard, like.
I think about that all the time whenever
hard.
whenever somebody wants to buy a piece of artwork or something, I tell them that too, because it took me a long time. It took me since, whenever I was sketching as a kid to figure out how to paint like this, so that it looks the way that it does.
True.
So I think about that, especially anything that has to do with skill.
Yeah.
Skill doesn't just come about; like it has to be acquired over.
That's true. Even if you have a creative base and you're really creative, you still need to hone that skill to kind of get to a place where you can create. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I think abstract art is super interesting in artists that like Picasso, where it's like, they can do really good technical work, and then they decide to do abstract art instead, and it's like, why? And then that makes you think like, well, why is he deciding to do this?
Absolutely.
I feel like it's like it's almost more impressive when like someone can do something but they choose not to, and it makes you think like, well, why?
For real, the reason that Picasso was so like that's the reason that he was so popular. Is because there was so many artists at the time trying to create something serious, and then he made it more playful. He made all of his art more playful. That's why I feel like that's the only thing like me and him have in common, is because, or Basquiat, is because they have fun with it.
That's a big thing. A big argument for abstract art, because when I was in Asheville, like I had this friend with me, and he just like did not understand abstract art at all. He was like, "Dude, what is this? Like, I could do this in like 5 minutes."
A lot of people are like that.
I don't understand why this is like such a big deal. And so I went up to this lady, and the lady that was running the gallery, and I was like, "My friend doesn't understand abstract art. Can you like explain it to him?" And she one of her arguments was that like, a lot of abstract artists are like trying to tap into like the subconscious mind, and they're also trying to get back into that childlike state of like just doing whatever feels good.
Yeah, bro, I talk about that shit all the time, and I think about that shit all the time too, because really people, and I used to be one of those people too that didn't understand the shit. Like I used to look at art and I'd be like, what the fuck? Because I heard other people say it too, and then that basically, like we talk about, whenever you hear other people say it and that you look up to, then that's just going to be your opinion because they said it. So I used to look at art like that, abstract art like that too, or if I seen like that piece or like this piece, if I seen that in a gallery or museum or something, I would used to be like, God, that's so stupid, or some shit like that, and then I wouldn't understand it and appreciate it for what it is, because that's basically what I look at it as, is that whenever I create art like that, I like it to be very minimal, because less sometimes is more.
Definitely.
And in art too, less sometimes is more.
We were talking about that in production in the car.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So and that's how it is with production too.
Everything, yeah.
And everything, yeah. Less is keep it simple, stupid. Kiss.
Seriously though,
keep it simple, stupid. That's with a lot of things, like, and it doesn't just apply to visual arts. Like,
give your mind a chance to wonder. Really.
Exactly. That's where it goes with that too. And like you were saying, with the childlike presence in it, it really speaks a whole lot, because whenever you're looking at it, you're like, that looks like it could be done as a kid. Well, good. That's what I'm fucking going for, because whenever kids are sitting there drawing something, they're not thinking about, they're not thinking. They're literally not. And I think that's the pinnacle of imagination and creativity.
Yeah, 100%.
And then that's what makes the little kid art. That's the way that I look at it, is because whenever the kid makes that art right there and just puts a bunch of fucking crayons on a piece of paper, the parent's going to hang that up on the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Even if they think that it looks like shit, they're going to hang it up on the refrigerator, because they know it is their kid that is having an imagination spark within them in that moment. Imagine
that pure creativity.
It's pure creativity.
Like they're doing the best that they can too.
Yeah. They're not thinking about anything other than what they're trying to make right there in that moment. Because and that I try to recreate that now in every single piece that I make.
It's like void of all judgment. It's like creating that flow state is literally just becoming a child, like becoming a child.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're all just trying to get back to that childlike state, really.
Yeah,
for real.
Like with everything we do,
there's no worries or anything. Like it's just pure imagination. There's no worries at all. You're just like having fun.
Adults
like
are just grown up kids, bro.
Like
I
what?
literally just answered like one of like the few questions that I have in life, and it's how to achieve that flow state. It's literally just becoming childlike when it comes to your creativity, allowing yourself to just create whatever comes to your mind whenever it comes to your mind.
For sure.
Like creating freely, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you do that enough, eventually, you know what I'm saying, you hit a nerve.
And then at the same time as well, like we was talking, like whenever I asked you that question, if you have to adapt to the people's ears, and I actually disagree with you whenever we talked about that, because you said that you don't have to adapt to the viewer's eyes or the ears in either case. And I actually disagree with that, because I think that you kind of do, because then it's not just because, like you said, if you're trying to monetize something, you also have to adapt to what the people want as well. A lot of times they're not going to adapt to you. You have to adapt to them, because if not, yes, it is pure creativity, but at the same time, you're not going to get any money from it, because, you know,
I think a successful artist,
or you can, but you know, it's going to be harder if the other person.
I feel like there's like a set level of skill that you have to have. And once you achieve that level,
you gotta know the rules to break the rules.
Yeah, once you know once you know the rules associated with whatever area or genre of music you've created, then you can define your path. And it's like, damn, I literally forgot what I was gonna say. But literally though, I agree with that mindset though. You feel me? It's literally, you just have to learn the rules first, and then you can break them.
I feel like a successful,
it's really the engineering
artist is
it's the engineering that really defines how good a song is.
A successful artist is able to like ride that line of like what I want to make, but also what people want to hear.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like you obviously are kind of like a servant to the people. Like you in any thing that you are performing in, like art, anything, like you want people to like it. Like deep down,
like you have to create. Okay, like we all know you have to create a catchy hook. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. You have to create something.
But when you like it, it's more authentic, and people can feel that.
Exactly.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
It's like you learn the rules to the game, and then after that, you create what makes you feel good. And that's like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like being childlike is not being like not understanding the rules to the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to understand the technicalities of art to create in a way that allows you to be childlike. You know what I'm saying? As an adult.
For sure.
So it's like, same thing with music.
Because it still has to be visually aesthetic in order for somebody to like it.
Exactly.
And so then I guess that I know what you're saying, because I adapt what I like to the general rules of art.
Exactly.
In order to create the art that I like, but it also be a source of imagination and creativity and skillfulness to create what I want to create, and also it be something that other people will like as well, so that they're able to enjoy it too, like, as much as I do.
You know, Andre 3000 just did that project that was just straight
with the flute.
You know, so like he had to learn how to play the flute first, and then he could channel that into whatever way he wanted to, and that's music. You know what I'm saying? That's music. That's creativity. And there's a lot of people that fuck with that project. You know, for that reason. You know,
it's chill.
So, it's
some chill shit.
Type of,
and the titles are wild.
Crazy. He actually inspired me for some of the titles on my songs too.
Really?
Yeah, just kind of like letting your hand go. You know, what I'm saying? Just being a little bit more loose with the way things, you know.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
Y'all ready to wrap this shit up?
No, you taking another sip of the Fent at the end of the day?
I have to take my daily dose of fentanyl.
Fuck, bro.
It is 8 ounces a day.
That's crazy.
8 ounces of fentanyl a day.
Part of this balanced breakfast.
Yeah. This is dinner, bro.
Got anything else you want to tell them, fellas?
Peace, love, positivity.
I have a show on the 15th of February, and I have an album coming out eventually. Not yet. Sometime this year, I have an album coming out. I have a show coming out on the 15th of February, and in March, 23rd. Yeah, and hopefully the next time that we have a podcast, I'm not bankrupt. Okay.
Hey, I hope so too.
Yeah.
I hope that you're definitely not, and I hope that we will do more fentanyl in the future.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Matter of fact, do you want to do more after?
Actually, we're gonna go do more.
Okay, wait.
We don't have a choice.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
We are addicted.
Yeah. Like,
We start with fent.
Yeah, and end with Fent maybe.
We end with fent. We're ending with fent right now.
Perfect.
All right.
My language.
Suck yourself.
Please.
See you guys.